Crossover. Oh, killer crossover. Just crossover. It just crossed him over nastily.
Another victim to the crossovers. Cross him up and sit him down.
All right, the crossover is brought to you by Everlow Concrete Repair in Omaha at everlowconcrete.com. Yeah. Hey, how about that playoff baseball?
How about it? I remember it. I remember what
we'll
it felt
let you guys jump on our bandwagon.
No, I am not going to be rooting for the Cubs. Thank you.
Why not?
I am against them.
Why are you against the Cubs? Just because there's two in the studio that are Cub fans?
No, their fans trigger me.
What do we do?
Ditto. Oh, I like my Cubbies.
It's not you two.
We always say that though, Josh. Why don't we just make it that they have to own it? You know, you guys have to own it. You guys,
I guess if you have to own the faults of your own generation, you have to own the faults of your own.
You know what you sickos are doing.
Whoa, we have been
they don't care about baseball.
Since 16.
They don't care about baseball ever. They're like, I think I'm a Cubs fan. Go Cubbies. I saw Ferris Bueller one time. You know,
I don't really like baseball, but I like hot dogs and beer, so I like the Cubs.
I will admit, though, the playoff games are good for the Cubs because that's like the real fans are the ones who spend the money and they go out there and they stand the entire time and they cheer well. Like playoff baseball, we look good.
No, I mean everybody is a real fan during the playoffs.
Oh yeah, well,
you can't tell the difference.
I'm going to be honest with you. I totally agree in the fact that I do very much get annoyed when there's just a regular ass fly ball into right field and everybody at Wrigley. Yeah, like screams and stands, and then it could not be just like more routine. That's annoying.
That's every ballpark now.
I don't know. It's always been.
It's a lot more.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
And I think
everyone's on their phones and they heard the crack of the bat.
In person, you don't hear the same thing.
It's way.
I think the TV is messing.
Oh, okay.
I think this is like CBS
it's more of like
putting in bird noises at the Masters.
So Mike,
I think baseball does the excitement when a ball is hit in the air.
I think Mike did a good job here. This kind of encapsulates it. He said the quote is, "We are the lovable losers." You know, it's like you have to love us because we're the Cubs.
Prior to 16,
yeah, of course. Prior to 16,
we've been quiet for about 3-4 years.
Why have the Guardians and their fan base not become lovable losers?
Because there's not very many.
Is it because we all kind of think Cleveland is just kind of this gray, rainy, sad city?
Wait, you like Cleveland? You think Cleveland's cool? You on vacation to Cleveland?
No. They also don't play a particularly exciting brand of baseball.
No.
That is true.
They have a negative run differential.
Yep.
Really?
Shout out to the Detroit Tigers for blowing that thing. Holy God. They're going to be kicking themselves when they don't win this series.
Yeah, but if they win the series, then you're like, okay,
it's over.
You were supposed to be in the ALDS. You got there.
Yeah, probably. You get a brand new lease on life today.
But Cleveland,
for those who made it,
Cleveland is like the Houston Texans of the NFL. Cleveland always plays the first game of the playoff day.
Yeah,
they always play
the Shakey's game.
Yeah. unless they're playing the Yankees.
The Texans always do.
It's
play
going
the
it's going to be the first game out of the box, unless they're playing the Yankees, and those games are at night.
But we remember that when that game gave us everything we could have imagined, which was the Chiefs comeback in what was that 19? Yeah, I mean that was that game, right? That was
the 24-0. Deshaun Watson looks like the best quarterback in the league. Maybe he might be the Michael Jordan of football.
So he was for a quarter and a half.
They are always going to be on Saturday at 2:30.
Yeah.
Okay, that's when the Texans
that
are
was
playing the
Sunday afternoon.
Yeah,
that was Sunday.
But
afternoon.
the opening round, you like when everybody's trying to figure out, hey, when is my team going to play? Are they going to play the Saturday night? They going to play Sunday? You all know Houston at home is going to play at 2:30.
It's just whoever the AFC South champion. So that's because Indianapolis is in that game all the time too.
They're like that's how good Peyton Manning was. He made you care about the AFC South because I don't think anybody gives a rat's ass about what I don't care about the Jags. I don't care about the Colts. I don't care about the Titans. I don't care about the Texans. Those are like the four. When we talk about like just four teams, you really don't care if they win or they lose. It's all four of them. It's the entire division.
That's true. It was cool when the Jags went to the AFC Championship game that one year. Though.
I know.
That was great. I really wanted that to happen. It was great times.
Jalen Ramsey, we're going to the Super Bowl.
I'm rooting for the Colts this year. I'm rooting for Danny Dimes.
I'm rooting for more videos from the Superfan.
Disgusting.
Yes. He's got songs every week.
He's added to his face paint.
This is our Colts. This is our team.
Josh, you know about this guy?
No.
This would be right in Josh's wheelhouse.
I made a
Superfan
Seth. Is it Seth?
I think it is Seth.
Superfan Seth.
He does a music video every
week. He writes
Yeah.
2 lines of a parody song.
When the Bears
the right amount.
when the Bears played the Colts last year, I made this is our Colts, but it was Bears, and it's in an ESPN 1000 folder.
Well, let's go find it.
Yeah,
You have it?
I don't have it, so I think they played it on the air one time.
This is our Bears.
Yeah, this is
Hey.
our Bears.
Yikes.
This is our team. I like song and everything.
We don't have a super fan that does that around here. for
Well,
their
we
team.
do have a super fan at events.
Oh, you talking about Kevin?
Yeah,
Kevin. Yeah. Who they're gonna
Dude,
they're
Kevin.
doing something for Kevin.
Kevin came up to
Are
me.
they?
Kevin
That's
came
great.
up to me a couple weeks ago, and was like, because I've seen him many times throughout the years, and then he was just like, "Hey, did you see that they put me on a billboard?" And I was like,
Whoa.
"No, Kevin, this is crazy." He was like, "Yep, the one right as you're coming into town on
really.
one." I don't know what it was, an advertisement for some bank or something
Yes,
like that.
so he's in
He
the
just
corner-
he just like
in the corner
really
of the-
wanted to tell somebody that he
Yeah.
was on the billboard, which is
Has
great.
he ever so Omaha has a fan who stays in school so they get free admission and they come to every event.
Yeah, if
He
it's-
is super math.
Hey, if tuition is cheap
Okay.
enough,
I'm wondering, has
Take
anybody
one
ever
credit.
it's a UNO.
like this seems like a perfect Amy Just column to sit down with Kevin and all of the events during the season that he goes to at Nebraska.
I'm pretty
'Cause he's at
sure.
everything.
I'm pretty sure she has done a
Okay.
Kevin story. I'm pretty. There's definitely been a Kevin story.
In her 3 years of being here, I would be shocked if she
Yeah.
hasn't done a Kevin story.
There's been a Kevin story.
There had to have. Now there will be. So there was a time where we were watching a Nebraska volleyball game at my house, and you could
And
hear.
Kevin showed up.
No, you could hear though. Go Big Red, go Nebraska, go Big Red. Like you could hear Kevin's cheer.
Yeah, he
And-
doesn't like sing it, but it's like a yell.
It's
sing.
yeah, but I mean it's a combo, and if it's quiet enough, you could hear it over.
the thing
You
that
can hear it over
Kevin-
the TV.
the thing that Kevin has mastered is the art of understanding when it goes dead silent. That is his time.
Yes.
to completely step up.
He's
Because go Big Red. You know?
Baseball and
And
wrestling.
every time.
Baseball and wrestling are the two where he does that the most.
It's unbelievable. It's uncanny.
He's got great fan IQ. Is that what you're saying?
So who's I guess the Creighton equivalent? I guess Creighton has like the Blue Crew. They just have a bunch of Kevins.
Yeah. But does the blue crew? But the blue crew.
The Blue Crew is up in there.
We're gonna recreate him. We're gonna recreate Kevin in the aggregate.
He gets on base.
Because he cheers a lot. Do I care how he does it? No, you do not.
No, you do
Well,
not.
okay, so
No, you do not, Billy.
Kevin's cheers per minute was 8.
so you guys, I don't know if you've ever interacted with him, but he's such a nice guy, and I mean I've known him for probably 25 years. Kent, who is now in a wheelchair, who comes to every single game. Like he used to, you would know.
Kent from at Nebraska.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Yes.
So he is now in a wheelchair, but he used to he loved Nebraska baseball. Like people see him, he's got
Yeah.
some memorabilia that he always has with him.
Sure.
He always likes to take pictures.
Yeah.
Like I've taken so many selfies with him. Okay.
Excellent.
But he loves Nebraska. He used to drive. So there's a great story. He loved Nebraska baseball. And Dave Van Horn was so nice to him. You know, and Kent, you know, at first you go, whoa. But Dave Van Horn was like, hey, Kent, how you doing? Always would talk to him. And Kent
Dave.
would come to all the sporting events at Nebraska. Kent shouldn't be driving back in the day because Kent can't really see that well.
Oh.
And you know, and Kent would just load up his car. He would collect stuff and he'd leave it in his car. And all of a sudden, how could he ever see out of his windows?
Sure. One of of
So we
course.
go to Texas A&M to play. Huge series. Nebraska goes down there and they're number 1. Kent left on Tuesday from Lincoln, Omaha,
It took
to
him 3
drive to
days.
College Station. We're leaving the hotel at 5:00 to go over to the ballpark on a Friday night, and Kent is just getting to College Station
How did it take him 3 days to get there?
because
Because
as
he can't
Coach
see.
Van Horn asked him, and he said he didn't feel like he could drive more than 50 on the interstate.
Oh no! Oh no! It's so bad.
But Kent would go.
That's so
Kent would go everywhere
Oh,
to follow the Huskers.
that's such a long drive.
Why would
Imagine
his-
only going 50 the whole time.
Why would his family let him do that?
Well,
Like
He was by himself.
Yeah, he's by himself.
I
Yeah.
know. Somebody should
He
have
was
been
just
like,
a huge Husker fan. That he
That's-
would go to.
that's
He would
dangerous,
drive.
though.
He'd just get in his car and drive to go see Nebraska on the road when they were in the Big 12.
You can't stop him from doing what he loves.
I know, but a family member should have been like, all right, we're going to leave on Thursday and I will drive all the way there and I will make sure that you're taken care of. Because then he had to drive back, right?
Oh, yeah. Then he was like Renee Brinkman. They took care of him. Yeah. On this trip, they got a hotel room. So then he was worried because we were playing Creighton on Tuesday night. And he's like,
how am I going to get back?
I'm not going to make it back. Yeah, he made it back for Thursday. He made it back on Thursday. So he left on
He missed
Sunday.
the Creighton game.
He didn't get back to Omaha until Thursday.
He missed the 16 pitchers.
It took him 4 days to get back from College Station.
He wasn't comfortable driving more than 50 miles an hour on the interstate.
That is so he had 7 days worth of driving.
But what? Just because he had too much stuff in his car, or
he was not a great driver.
That's just okay.
Yeah.
He couldn't see.
He also stopped.
Gotcha.
He liked to stop and take pictures of his journey.
Of course.
But because I saw him at Creighton, Nebraska volleyball, and we had to take another picture. He loves.
Now, hopefully, he took 81 straight down through Salina, down that way.
What would be the route to College Station? So straight south on 35, right? Get to Dallas and then veer off.
Yeah,
I've never driven.
You get to 35
Station.
through Kansas City.
Yeah.
So you go to Kansas City and then you go south from there.
I never drove to College Station.
I haven't either. I haven't driven that direction.
I don't drive anywhere.
He doesn't drive anywhere.
Why don't you drive anymore?
Typical youth.
I like to.
You should have been here when Nebraska's in the Big 12. You'd be driving everywhere.
I would have loved it.
You'd been driving everywhere.
I honestly would have loved to have gone.
You would have woke up on Saturday morning. Nebraska would be playing a pay-per-view game at 1:30 in Ames, and you'd be there.
Yeah.
You would have woke up at 8. You're like, you know what? I think I'll go today.
You know what?
That is such the argument of people that man, I wish I was still in the Big 12 because I could wake up at 6, not miss any work, and I could drive to Ames and then drive back.
It's a bulletproof argument. It's one of my favorite things to argue.
So here's what I think. I experienced that when I was in Chicago because Nebraska was playing Purdue. And I was, and now I
think I'll just go down there.
No, I ended up getting scheduled for work. But when I told my mom, I was like, I'm just going to wake up and I'm just going to go and I'm going to drive and I'll drive back. And it was like the first time I had ever experienced that type of potential in my life. I've never been able to just be like, I'm just going to drive.
I'm just going to check out a college football game today.
I'm just going to, seriously.
Yeah.
It was awesome because I wasn't really a big college football fan growing up. Like the pro teams mattered. So it was never like I want to drive. Like I wasn't going to Lucas Oil Stadium to watch the Colts play, or I wasn't going to go up to Green Bay. Like that didn't make any sense to me. But now when I was living back in Chicago, I was like,
you got a bunch of stuff around you.
I was like, I should go to Camp Randall, or I should go to Bloomington.
How far is it to Madison from
2.5?
Okay.
If you're going on a game day, it'd probably be closer to 4.
That'd be like us to anywhere in the Big 12 North back in the day.
But
sad.
You know how
Rest
you
in
didn't
peace.
Dude, I honestly, if somebody was like, I kind of totally agree with the argument. Totally agree.
I'd
love to go to
North.
Manhattan.
But you know how you didn't even think twice about getting in the car and driving 6-7 hours to Stillwater or Norman? Now you'd be like, man, Madison's a long way away.
Well, that's the shortest trip we have. I mean, Iowa City, Minneapolis, Madison, those are all basically, similar. They're so far, and that's the closest thing we have.
Yeah.
And so those don't seem that bad anymore. And if Nebraska's playing at Oklahoma State. But you could also, the other thing about those games is you could get into them.
Yeah.
It's not like
you
Oklahoma
could
State
not buy
was
tickets and then walk up and buy tickets at Oklahoma State.
be a little bit difficult. Also, the walk up and buying tickets thing is gone, right? You have to actually kind of have a plan because you have to buy them.
Oh God, I don't. Is there outside of the big teams, Penn State, Michigan, Ohio State? There is a large conglomerate of Big Ten football games that you can just walk up to, buy a ticket, and go.
Yeah, but it's hard to walk up. Do they even sell tickets at
That's a great point. I was just thinking about it.
Can you walk up to the booth and say, I'd like a ticket?
You totally can.
Can you do that in Nebraska?
Physically?
I see people at Will Call all the time. I see people at the ticket
yeah,
office.
Will Call is different.
No, Will Call is different. But I see people at the ticket office, there's for sure you can walk. Well, okay, wait. Nebraska might be different because Nebraska's actually sold out.
Famously.
They're
sold out every game.
I don't know if you could do it.
that.
I don't know if you could do it at Nebraska, but for sure at Northwestern.
Definitely Northwestern.
You could talk. That's how we bought tickets. We would just walk. I guarantee you could do it at Minnesota. I'm sure you could do it.
But you have to have so much. To go to Chicago, you just have to have so much.
Yeah, but okay? So if I could go up there,
it actually functionally might be easier because there's so many different places to stay and so many different things to do. But it's just
getting into Evanston until you hit the 1-lane road, like that's hell on earth. When you hit like the 1 lane that leads into the parking lot, but before that, it's pretty easy getting there. But in this day and age, if you were to go up to the ticket box and they go, "Oh, we don't do that," or "We don't sell tickets at the booth," you just go on your phone.
I know. Yes, of course.
It's just very, ticketsforless.com, baby.
You got me thinking here. I want do visiting tickets that are unused, do they turn them back in?
I think I would imagine they do, and then
they sell them.
Then they sell them. Yeah, but there's got to be a deadline for when they turn those back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and I could sit in the Colorado section next year when we go to Northwestern.
For Houston Christian or whatever, they didn't take up their entire allotment, so they sold them back. And then I would assume Nebraska made some sort of announcement on Wednesday or Thursday of that week. He's like, "Hey, we have 1,000 more tickets."
Is Saturday sold out?
Yes.
It has been officially announced as a sellout?
I believe so. I think it was announced.
Or they announced it the whole season sold out?
I think 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, they were like, Michigan State was officially sold out.
This is great. We don't talk much about the sellout streak anymore.
We don't.
It hit 400.
We got other things to worry about.
Oh, you think it hit 400? Who cares?
I think the 400 was a pretty big marker for everybody.
What are we at? 404? 405?
I don't know.
Exactly. I think it was a pretty big deal when they hit 4. I think 400 was the number, and they were like, that'd be a big deal. It's nice and round.
Matt wants to end it.
I didn't say a word. I did not say a word. I've already triggered.
They still keep changing the sellout streak on the facade.
Yes, they do. I think we're at 405. The Illinois game last year was 400.
It was
right?
403 as of the end of the 2024 season. So now what you've had? So
4, 4, 5,
UCLA,
4, 6. So this will be 407.
No, they've only had 3 home games. Oh, it will be 407. I'm a dummy.
This is okay.
UCLA,
so if you get into a discussion about the sellout streak and that person immediately can rattle off what sellout number it is, I'll listen to you.
Yeah, that guy knows ball. That guy knows what they're talking about.
It was a much bigger deal because I was there when they did the what do they call it? Where they bought $2 million worth of tickets.
The red carpet experience.
Yes, that was my first.
Thank you, Trev.
That was my first real.
Look at all the young Huskers that got to go.
Mm-hmm. Made a lot of fans that day.
Now they're playing for Nebraska.
Yeah, we've seen a couple blatant instances of Nebraska artificially propping up the sellout streak, but it still lives and it's still big and beautiful. We love it.
Nobody would bring this up until the World Herald did tickets actually
scan ticket numbers,
and then people lost their mind.
Those were
all right, we're on about a 10-year run of Riley's era of where the World Herald every year, like in December, would do tickets scanned.
There was one that was like 48,000.
Oh my god!
Well,
this is not good.
It was not. But it was a great microcosm of the season because it was either now you're not playing well or it's cold.
Yeah.
And now that Wisconsin game only has 60,000 tickets that are scanned.
Well, I think one of my favorite moments that I experienced being in Lincoln was I was there for the Trev unveiled the stadium plan. And in the stadium plan, he goes,
the facility or the stadium.
No, the stadium plan.
Okay,
that never got approved and still hasn't been approved yet. But he unveils it and he goes, we're going to lower, the amount of seats. The capacity is going to go down. And Chattel, I probably shouldn't have said his name, but what
do you say?
Chattel was like looking at Trev being like, how many seats? Like, how many seats are going to be there? And Trev was like, yeah, it'd be like 75, 76,000. And Tom didn't say anything, but he gave him like a look. Like he gave him like a real 75,000. Like that's kind of low, And Trev in front of like 4 different reporters was like, Tom, that's what we're scanning anyway. Like that's the amount of tickets that are being scanned. And everyone's like,
yep.
Oh, okay. And then nobody asked about that after that.
Yeah, I do remember that when they said, hey, they're going to minimize, they're going to reduce capacity. And a couple people, we were on the show or whatever, and a couple people were like, come on, man, we're going to reduce capacity? Isn't the whole bit? We have not. It's like, no, it's not actually. The whole bit is that you sell out every game.
I'll just.
And it's a good environment for people to go to, which it still would be if the capacity was 76,000.
I will just never forget the look Chattel gave Alberts, and Alberts being like, we're not selling out anyway.
The day and age of having the biggest stadium is over. Nobody needs to have the biggest.
Was there ever a
stadium.
consideration to add more seats?
You're going to get
Nebraska?
Michigan people on you. Did you see what they did at Michigan this weekend?
They had a Zach Bryan.
Zach Bryan, 112,000.
Yikes.
Texas A&M, George Strait did 100K.
Now that would be awesome. I would go to a George Strait concert with 100,000 people.
Is it even a good viewing experience
No.
at the big house?
No, I went to Garth at Memorial Stadium.
So it was the same setup, like a concert in the round.
No, I'm talking about football. Like, is it a good viewing experience?
okay
Oh no,
view.
it's like a mile away.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a very pleasant place
It's not
to
very
watch
loud.
football.
They tell you it's louder than it actually is. But there's only
Right, 'cause it goes
there's only
out.
like
It's
there's
like
only like
Arrowhead.
12 rows that are above street level.
Everybody
Yeah.
knows when you build a stadium, you got to build it
And they build it out.
because it's old.
Penn State always looks like they built it out.
Yeah.
Penn State is an erector set.
Yeah.
Out and then now they're trying to go up.
Yeah.
I can't scan it, but Notre Dame did it right. Notre Dame Stadium is pretty well.
It's just a regular old bowl,
I
isn't
know it works. It just works.
it? That's kind
It
of what
just-
Michigan is.
No, theirs is a little bit higher and it's a little more dense in, and you're not on top of people like you are in Ann Arbor.
You
but
remember
you're
when they
definitely
made
not
it?
separated?
Remember when they made it go up and they erased touchdown Jesus?
Yes,
that
And-
was sad. That was.
But he's
sad.
still there. You still see his hands.
barely.
You
Yeah,
still
but
see
you can't
enough.
do well as you're going to the end zone. Look up, and there he is,
Yeah.
blessing you.
He still is blessing us.
You can't even tell that he's doing touchdown anymore.
Us,
Well, I've been to a lot of Notre Dame games. I can't stand them.
So you're getting in on the blessings now?
I am Catholic. I mean, I don't think Jesus is mad at me for not, liking Notre Dame.
Oh, that Catholics think Jesus is mad at them all the time.
that is true. That's true.
Good point.
Yeah,
Mm,
like Lambeau Field though.
I miss
Like look at
touchdown
Lambeau
Jesus.
Field when they added on because they needed more seats.
Yeah,
Like the one end zone is really odd.
they
The way it's built.
yeah, like half the stadium is updated and
Yeah.
the other half looks like it's from
But back
1920.
to Zach Bryan, it looked pretty good. It was a concert in the round, 112,000 people. Looked good.
Yeah. One of my biggest regrets is going to Zach Bryan concerts.
Wait a minute. You
I
were a
can't stand him.
huge.
No.
Hey.
I'm not a huge fan of Zach Bryan.
Oh,
I go to
when
the
he
Zach
was
Bryan
last
concert.
year. You were so excited. It was like a Tuesday night.
I
you
thought
and
the
your
first
wife
time
going?
I went, I was like, this is a good show. This guy could end up doing something. And then he blew up really, really fast. And then we
Now
kept
he's
going.
blowing up on people.
Yeah, when he would come
He's
back.
embarrassing.
And I don't much like the guy.
People forget that he had Rhule and Dylan on stage when he was at downtown.
That's
did.
right.
He did.
He
People do forget.
Is that the same tour?
no different tour.
Because
That was 2 years ago.
I think I've seen him 3 times. I saw him at across the
He's always on tour.
Oh yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
he's got to make money,
Because he's a country artist.
and he's always got to pay. He's got to pay for.
Josh,
All the-
when Luke Combs is playing at Memorial Stadium next summer, we're going.
Hey, somebody's got
Holmes.
some.
You have
Somebody's
to
got.
widen the gates to get him in.
Josh.
He's lost.
You don't.
Josh.
Yeah, he's still. He's
That's
not
Jelly Roll. You're thinking of Jelly Roll.
is like
Jelly
really, really
Roll.
skinny. Hey, whoa,
What?
Luke. So he is a
Luke's
Western
fine.
North Carolina guy.
Yeah, I got
up
no
in the
problem with
hills,
Luke.
baby.
I
So
got
people like Luke?
I got no problem
Oh,
with
they
Luke
love
Combs.
Luke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Luke was one of the rare artists, rare country, maybe only country artist that's ever been at Lollapalooza.
Josh is trying to find out where the wind's blowing on Luke Combs.
I don't know.
Luke Combs is awesome. His last album, it was really sad, but it was very good.
So Memorial Stadium is going to have a monster concert next summer,
I hope it's on Zach.
and
Bryan.
he's going to be on a world tour,
Monster
and he
Jam.
can't go to Kansas City because of the World Cup. So I'm thinking he will go Minneapolis,
Oh,
Lincoln.
Okay.
Hey, how about that?
I like that you,
you know,
think of these
when they
things.
put the grass on, when they take the turf off and they put the grass on.
They're not doing that, by the way.
They should
Thank
do a
you.
monster
We're on the
truck,
same page on that.
monster truck derby.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
just
Monster Jam.
monster jam. That'd be incredible.
Dude,
Like,
Monster Jam.
that'd be
Monster Jam would
dope.
rock.
that'd be so. Dope.
You might only get about 20,000.
Can you imagine getting
but-
hammered and going to monster jam at Memorial
Oh,
Stadium?
they're here about 6 times a year
Oh my god, I gotta go to one.
at our arenas.
I used to collect those monster trucks, like the little Hot Wheels monster trucks.
Sure.
Death Rider. was
I hate
incredible.
loud noises, so I wouldn't want to go.
But wouldn't they be? Would they be? Man, wouldn't they be a little restricted?
Yeah, I don't know how they would
because
get
of
the trucks
lower
in there.
bowl?
No, they would. No, they'd figure out a way, and then they get those. They got to get dirt piles because monster truck derby is all about the
Yeah,
dirt
but
piles.
how would the actual trucks get in there? Because
'Cause
there's
the problem is Memorial Stadium wasn't built to
Yeah,
host
Yeah,
concerts.
confined space.
Maybe they just take apart the truck, they bring all the parts in, and then they
Rebuild the
they
truck.
rebuild the
Mm.
truck.
interesting.
That's the only thing I could come up with other than hammering out part of South Stadium and forcing these trucks in.
Well, I think that'd be the way to do it. You'd actually have to cut a piece out of South Stadium, which might be good anyway.
Yeah, get it out of the way.
Might help with the structural integrity.
You know what they should do is they should just slowly destroy South Stadium and just be like, oops, oops, oops. And then they're like, hey guys, we made too many oopsies. Now you have to accept our plan.
Yeah, every time there's like a weather event, just go out there and chip a little away at South Stadium, and then the next morning go, oh my gosh, what happened?
What happened?
Must have been that storm last
night.
And
they bring in a contractor and they're like, yeah, lightning hit right there. He's like, that looks a lot like a sledgehammer. I don't know what you're
lightning looks like that sometimes.
I'm just ready for the day when they bring this thing to the board in whenever it is, and maybe in a couple months or something like that.
Yeah.
And
I'll be 32.
No, it'll be sooner than you think. And then they're going to say, would you like to help us? We need money. And then people are going to say, what? Our athletic department has always been funded by us, and people, it's going to be bad.
Tell you what, put out there on a bid. You can be the one that blows up South Stadium, and those have a bidding war.
I wouldn't pay $800 million for it though.
Do you
know? If you did, I would wonder. And also I would like, you hiding some cash on us?
Do you guys know the fans for pro teams who have been like, I've been going to games for 30 years and I've bought all these hot dogs and I've bought all these beers and I've given them enough for them to pay for a guy like blank,
yes,
those
I do
who
know.
Get very mad about that. Mm-hmm. Wait until that fully happens for Nebraska football. Because when you get into the full professional model, that'll be incredible.
Oh, yeah.
The amount of people that complain about, I pay $11 for a beer, for a corn husker crusher, and Valentino's is now up to $6.50. I've given enough for you to get a linebacker.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. That's been an exact call on this radio show many times. Many
it's
times.
Be more and more people. It's coming. I would not.
Oh, it's coming because they're going to ask for some money.
I hope Zach Bryan doesn't do a concert at Memorial Stadium because I will go to the concert at Memorial Stadium, and I do not want to go to a Zach Bryan concert. There you go. I don't.
He'll come back to Omaha.
I mean, and Gary,
he sells out. He sells out the chai, and he did 2 shows here.
Gary, though, you asked, they're going, isn't he always touring? Like, yeah, somebody's got to pay for the NDAs. I mean, I'm being real, man. The guy sold out real money, a lot of real money for people to not talk about the really crappy things that he's done.
Can you take me through the mentality of, okay, they're going to do a concert at Memorial Stadium, and I'm going to go. I hope the act is good. Instead of what normal people do is, so-and-so is playing Memorial Stadium. I would like to go see that.
That is a great point, Josh.
My answer to that is I would just like to be able to say that I've been to a concert at Memorial Stadium.
Okay.
Or
I think that's fine reasoning.
I think a lot of people's answers will be, I have to support the Husker.
No, that will not be. I have no responsibility. I have no moral compass when it comes to making sure that Nebraska athletic department is fully funded and is doing anything. I really don't. I mean, I go to the games. I pay a lot of money. I do that because they create a product that I want to see. But I have no oh my God, I got to make sure. Maybe for the College of Journalism, when I make enough money to donate, I'll donate to them because I care about them and what they've done for me because they've actually done something for me. But no, I don't think in terms of supporting the Huskers with my cash. Not yet.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah, no, more so him than me. He's watched 150 games. I've watched 30. But, now he had the gall to ask, do you even know our infield? And I'm acting as if I'm not a fan. I know every result of every game on the day that it happens, and I follow it, and I know how the season has occurred. But the Cubs are my 4th team.
I think I like the Padres in this one.
I said Padres.
Everybody's predicting the Padres to win.
I love the Cubs, but I have to be real.
I think I like the Reds too.
You know what? I'll just say this.
Now that one I'll disagree.
Give me some Reds.
I'll just say this.
Did you know there has been? Hold on, I have this stat. I have a stat. There has been a 6 seed in the World Series, or in the championship round, in each of the last 3 years. The years that they have done this format.
What, Diamondbacks?
The to be exact, the 6th seed in the NL has made the NLCS all 3 times.
What is it? Diamondbacks, Brewers.
There's such a huge talent gap.
Diamondbacks, Brewers, and who was the third one?
Philadelphia, Arizona, and the Mets.
And the Mets. The Mets beat the Brewers. I forgot. Look, this is one of those moments where you two are big baseball men and like, I don't
Tears
want to
in
call
their
you
eyes.
nerds, but you follow the league and you know what you're talking about and whatnot.
Begins in February and ends in
I don't give a damn about their bullpen. I think the boys are just going to go out there swinging.
Good job. Good job,
I
Matt.
think they're just going to score all the runs.
I just like ball.
I just like ball, and I just think
I like going to Wrigley, drinking beer.
I do.
we
What's so
win.
wrong about that?
We win great. If we lose, great.
I like the smell of bacon in the morning. Sue me, okay?
Nice. Good one,
Did
Michael.
you burn your foot?
I'm about to
George
burn my
Foreman
foot on the Cubs being good.
All right. Thank you. Enjoy the baseball. You'll have baseball on while you're on air.
I know. And of course, as America, would have it, the Detroit Tigers. It's always the Detroit Tigers.
And
It's
you know
always
gonna be
the
cloudy.
AL Central.
That's the crossover powered by Everlevel Concrete Repair in Omaha at everlevelconcrete.com. It is Tuesday. We'll start things off next.
That's the crossover. The Connor Happer Show is next on 1620 The Zone.
Our warm and dry stretch continues Tuesday with more clouds moving in. Expect partly mostly cloudy skies throughout the day with a south breeze, 5 to 15 miles per hour, highs in the low to mid 80s. I'm meteorologist Sean Everson from KETV Newswatch 7.
At Straight Talk, we get it. You say no a lot.
Mom, can I get a tarantula?
No.
Coffee?
No. So we're giving you more reasons to say yes, like a free 5G phone with real unlimited data with select plan activation.
Can I use the free phone?
Yes. See? Doesn't it feel good to say yes?
It's the Connor Happer Show. Are we sure we want to do this?
Could you, make an announcement that we're ready?
It's the Connor Happer Show on 1620, The Zone.
All right, welcome in. Excuse me. Happy Tuesday. It's the Connor Happer Show here on 1620 The Zone and on 1620thezone.com. Connor Happer, Josh Oddson with you. It's not his fault. It's not Josh Odson's fault. He didn't know that people liked Jelly Roll or Luke Combs when he said the thing he said about Luke Combs.
Apologies to Luke Combs.
Apologies to Luke Combs. Is there any other country artists you like to fat shame, Josh?
Ooh, great question.
Take your pick.
Great question. Not at this moment in time, no.
Okay. Well, we'll let you know if he comes up with something. Today on the show, Allan Bell will join coming up at 11:30. He is the one member of our lineup today, hitting leadoff and 9-hole, and 3-hole, and cleanup, and 6-hole, and all of the holes. That's where Allan Bell is hitting today. That's the lineup power with the referees at John Higgins Weather Guard. We want to hear from you all. 402-951-1620 on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. Call or text that number. Tweeted Happer Show at Connor Happer on the JTech Construction Zone Twitter feed. Email Connor Josh Show at 1620thezone.com on the Equitable Bank Zone inbox. And we say good morning to the YouTube streamers today. Travis says you can fat shame Jason Aldean. Not that fat, right? But might stink as a person.
Whoa. In a world of, hey, if you just kind of keep your head down and don't have any shame, you can do whatever you want. People do not like Jason Aldean as a human being.
Yeah, I don't actually know anything about what he does or what he doesn't do, but I do know that people I do know which way the wind's blowing on that one. Yes. Yes, indeed. All right, elsewhere today on the show, NFL reaction, overreaction coming up at 12:30. We will check in with the NFL. Did you happen to notice that the football games were bad last night?
Connor, it's funny you bring that up. I did notice that.
Punctuated by a broken leg.
Just a lot. It was so straight. That leg was so straight, and then it wasn't.
We'll check in with our dear friend, 2006 Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year, Zach Taylor, and see if he's still employed in just a couple days.
You're going to find out if they like him or not.
Yeah, well, I don't think they do. They've been waiting for an excuse for a long time, and they might actually have it. Josh's bottom 5 NFL teams and the top 5 poll questions for the month of September. Were we funny this month? Find out coming up today. Elsewhere today, welcome to the Major League Baseball playoffs. That's right. We get the dear honor to watch Tarek Skubal pitch starting at noon today on ESPN. And the great thing is you can actually watch all these games. There's no blackout restrictions. They're on national TV. It's amazing. Thank you, Rob Manfred.
Thank you, Rob.
We'll hear from Matt Rhule a little bit. And also a couple special things for you all today. Today is a big day, a special day on the Connor Happer Show. A confluence of 2 important days in history.
Did you leave your milk and cookies out for Lorenzo Cain last night?
Good one, Josh.
Did he slide through your window?
Today is the 11-year anniversary of the 2014 American League Wildcard game, a.k.a. the greatest baseball game ever played and the greatest baseball game that any of our eyes have ever seen.
So I'm not gonna fight you on that point.
We celebrate this every single year.
Mm-hmm.
We recently watched it all together at a TikTok house, and you guys were exposed to how crazy it was. I'm glad you got to see it firsthand yet again. Maybe it was your first time watching it.
It was not.
Since the night that it happened.
No, I don't think it was either.
At that point, just about 11 years ago. Also, under talked about because it gets so overshadowed by the fact that the 2014 American League Wildcard game was 11 years ago today. I'd also like to mention another important holiday. This is a Husker holiday, Josh.
Husker holiday.
Happy Lupus Day to those who celebrate.
That's today?
Today is indeed Lupus Day.
Wow.
Which was the day that Scott Frost tried to tell people that his quarterback was not injured definitely hadn't broken his jaw the weekend before in the Michigan State game. And all of you people were crazy psychopaths for making up rumors about him. I don't know. He might have lupus for all I know, I believe was the quote. That happened on this day in 2021.
4 years.
It's all. That's all. I've heard some of the rumors, ridiculous rumors. He probably has lupus and leprosy and smallpox and all these other things. He's fine. He was not fine. He had broken his jaw.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a quick fix.
He played in the of course, he played in the next game because it was wired shut. I remember being out there in the field for I guess it was the Northwestern game that year, and I'm like, I'm standing next to Parker Gabriel. I was like, Parker, come over here. Come take a look at this.
Young Parker.
Parker, you watch when Adrian, comes up here in warm-ups. What's wrong with his mouth? I was like, is his mouth wired shut right now? And he's like, yeah. All right. There you go. Not a thing that happens when you get lupus. I guess I don't know what the symptoms of lupus are, but I don't think it's that. Travis says,
interesting.
Parker. Parker texted me. Parker Gabriel texted me a couple days ago. I should have. He said something about my viral tweet.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And I haven't heard from him since.
Everyone's coming back around to Connor.
We miss Parker.
He had to watch a bad football game last night for work.
He did, but at least the Broncos were on the positive side of it. Dear God. Nothing happened in that game.
Nope.
Not a single thing. And you could tell, and we'll talk about this when we come back, that I think it's possible. I think it's possible that Joe Buck and Troy Aikman were on drugs last night. I think they got into some of that Denver ditchweed and just, we're like, we're going to get a snooze fest tonight. Jake Browning's playing quarterback. Let's rip a couple before this thing starts because they were on one.
Hey, Troy, I just got a fresh batch of plugs. You want to do an edible before the game?
They were wild. They were wild last night. All right. We're off and running here on a Tuesday. Once again, Allan Bell will join us coming up at 11:30. Plenty to touch on today, including, of course, yes, we'll hear from Matt Rhule. Matt Rhule. Yesterday. Parker. Back after this on 1620 The Zone.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Here comes the clown.
Many Cubs fans have reached out after we said yet again what we said about the Cubs.
It's not me. I'm not a Cubs fan like that.
Multiple Cubs fans have reached out and said the exact same thing.
Oh.
This is from Jonathan Sucks Nuts.
That's his name.
That's his name. The greatest game ever was played on a Wednesday in Cleveland. That they made that into a t-shirt.
On a Wednesday in Cleveland?
Yeah,
the
Game 7 of the
2016
World Series. Yeah.
It's a close second.
I disagree. It was the 2014 American League Wildcard game.
I'm unbiased to the Cubs and the Royals. And I vote Royals.
I think it would have been, actually, you know what? It would have been the greatest game in Major League Baseball history, that Game 7 in Cleveland, if the Rajai Davis home run was a walk-off. That was crazy.
I think without the rain delay.
You think the rain delay made it worse?
It
kept you up later?
Well, it forced my dad, a Cubs fan, to go to bed, and then he didn't get to see it.
A lot of people went to bed the night of the 2014 American League Wildcard game as well.
For a different reason, though.
For a different reason. They thought the game was over.
Mm-hmm.
It was not. Last night in the end, well, okay, fine.
A couple things you want to do here.
Well, yeah. I mean, just to commemorate. Right, Josh?
It's a big day.
Yeah, it's a huge day.
Looking for a 2-out hit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't know we had video.
Now looking for a 2-out hit. Castro into left field. The Kansas City Royals are walking off into the ALDS. The game winner.
Look at that.
That close.
Thank you, Ernie Johnson.
EJ.
Well done. Well done. That was a great night. Excellent night. I was there. I don't know if you've heard this, Josh.
I love hearing the story every year.
I saw the it just popped up on my the memories or whatever, the Facebook tells you what happened whatever years ago today in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a screenshot of a tweet from the Kansas City Royals on yesterday, 11 years ago, that said, my buddy Colin won tickets to the game. Look at the old school Twitter right there.
Twitter don't look like that no more.
Yeah. So 10:20, the Royals announced this at 10:23 at night, the night before the wild card game. So less than 24 hours.
Wow.
And
hey, get your butt down here.
So my buddy won, and then he invited me, or maybe I think we had some sort of agreement that if he did win, like I would be the person to accompany him to this game. And he was in Kansas City, or he was a student at Kansas at the time. And or he was at least in Kansas. I don't know if he was a student, but he was in Lawrence. I was like, all right, cool. I'll meet you down there. Left. Definitely skipped some class at Nebraska and went down there, and it was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful night. Beautiful, beautiful night. Anyway, that's it.
That's it. That's all you want to.
Next year we'll do a bigger tribute. Year 12 is always big.
Okay.
Next year we'll do a bigger.
I just want to thank you for
playing it cool,
forcing us to watch it at the TikTok house a little more than a month ago.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It was fun to watch.
And then we watched the OJ chase.
Watch it through your eyes, because normally when someone is fast forwarding and rewinding through a lengthy broadcast like that one,
this is annoying.
It takes them forever to find the spots.
Yeah.
But you seemingly knew exactly where to go.
Well, John was making
as if
fun
you
of
had
me.
Watched the game many times before.
John was making fun of me because I was like slightly misremembering the things that happened it's a collection of different things that happened in the game, but it's only like, did it happen in the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th? You know, and so they're all kind of jumbled together in a big old pile.
Oh,
and
that's
John,
what Greg Smith says on Facebook. A great place to watch
whoa,
this show.
Hello, Facebook.
Crazy twists and turns during the wild card game. People remember the 8th inning deficit, but there was another in the 12th.
I do. The memory that stands out in my head from that game. Thank you for getting me to talk about this, Josh. I'm happy to.
I drew it out. That's my job.
So I remember thinking when the ball was in the sky that Norichika Aoki had hit a walk-off home run to send the Royals to the playoffs, to the American League Division Series. And I thought, there's no way that this is happening right now. It went all the way to the track. It was a sac fly to tie the game with 2 outs in the 9th. And I was like, as the ball was hit, I'm like, and it was, the crowd was the weirdest noise because they were stunned. They couldn't believe what they were seeing. At the very least, it was going to be a sac fly 100% of the time. I suppose it could have been a foul ball if it goes a few feet to the right. But I remember I was not quite ready to reconcile with the idea that Nori Aoki could potentially do something like this. And he didn't, but he had a big moment in that game, that's for sure. Mike says people forget Ned Yost putting in Yordano Ventura as a reliever. Yeah, and he gave up a massive dong to Brandon Moss.
Imagine.
So did James Shields in that game. One of my favorite players of all time. Yep. Christian Colon did something in that game. Josh Willingham had a blue single in that game and immediately exited. And Nori Aoki had a game-tying sac fly. Weird times. Billy Butler stole a base. Gerard Dyson
Can I call him
many.
fat?
Derek Norris is one of my favorite Oakland Athletics of all time. He could not pick it up and throw it to second base. They were stealing on him all night. Nick from St. Louis says this.
Hi, Nick from St. Louis.
The greatest game ever was Game 6 of the 2011 World Series. I can see why you might say that. You know, David Freese, blah, 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 blah. We'll see you tomorrow. I don't think so. Just wasn't as cool as the 2014 American League wildcard game. But I am glad that Nick said that because it reminds me of Joe Buck back when he wasn't high on drugs. Or maybe he was. This was during his dark ages when he was on the hair plugs.
He was going through the divorce and the hair plugs.
Yes.
Which is fine.
He was very, very muted.
He was.
During this period of time. Now
everybody hated him, so it was like, okay, I can't do anything or everybody will say something.
It's been great to see Joe Buck come to life.
Yes.
Dead serious. I like Joe Buck. I've always liked him as a broadcaster. He used to be a little dry. It's not so much that way anymore. But this is something that we have never seen before. Here is last night coming back from commercial in the first quarter of the Bengals and Broncos game when Joe Buck and Troy Aikman realized what kind of game that they were probably in for this evening with Jake Browning manning the helm at quarterback for Cincinnati. But here's how it sounded last night on ESPN.
This mile high air is getting to you.
I think it is. It's only been
there's signs for these visitors that come here, whether you're an opponent or a visiting fan, they kind of let you know you're a mile high, don't they?
Little loopy. That's why they put our names on there now. Yeah, that's us.
So it was like that the entire game.
So many questions.
They were like that the entire game last night.
Why is his voice so strange? He famously doesn't do anything else.
Right. They were like that. It wasn't a game. It was just a talk show, or it was basically a podcast. Yes.
A Manning cast. It seems like maybe he didn't know they were coming back from break, I
think he knew.
Okay.
He was singing the song on air on purpose.
He sounds like Nick Baugh when he is singing. We love Nick Baugh. At the beginning of that clip, he sounds like Nick Baugh.
This mile high air is getting to you.
I think it is. It's only been
And they're like, hey, now they put our names up there. It was like that all night. Weird Monday night broadcasts between those two. Once again, I appreciate them. I appreciate us getting a little personality here at a Joe Buck, but it is definitely jarring to hear because it's not World Series Game 1 Joe Buck anymore. It's it's a very, very different thing.
I don't know if it's a corporate edict or what, but
they're definitely telling them to like, hey, loosen up a little bit.
And they always do this thing where, hey, you cannot acknowledge that this is a bad game. You have to talk around it.
Right.
You cannot say this is a bad game. And boy, Troy Aikman really struggled with that last night.
Aikman's response to all that was like, okay, fine. I won't say that this is a bad game, but I'll just relentlessly yell at these two teams for being sloppy and playing ugly football.
Mm-hmm. Ugly game. Oh, so many flags.
He was like, this is embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
This is poor. This is bad. He just kept saying that the entire night. Not that the game and the competitive nature, I mean, it was bad eventually, but they were kind of skirting around that by saying, yeah, but these teams just not doing anything right now.
It's a real struggle for them to do anything. I don't know how they got dressed before the game.
So thank you, Joe Buck, for showing us a little bit of your personality. It's nice to see. John writes in.
Hi, John.
It's not the mile high air. It's what's in the air.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm telling you, something's going on. Something's going on there. Also, Jeff writes in about the 2014 American League Wildcard game.
Oh, yes.
No idea this game happened. Thanks for the reminder. You're welcome. I'll do this every year on September 30th for as long as I sit in this chair. As long as I sit in this chair.
We'll have to do a big 12-year reunion special.
Oh, yeah. Well, next year will be our 5th time celebrating together, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
So
no better reason.
We'll mark the calendar right now.
Maybe we could do a watch along.
Maybe that would be fun. We could all go to Oscars or something.
Oh, yeah.
We could put it on a big old screen. We could put the score. We could make the scoreboard work.
We could. You hear that, Big Mike? We coming.
All right. We're back. 11 o'clock hour coming up next. We'll hear from Matt Rhule. Allan Bell will join the show. Plenty of NFL talk coming up today. Stay tuned. It's the Connor Happer Show on a Tuesday on 1620 The Zone. All right, welcome back. Connor Happer, Josh Oddson with you on the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone and on 1620thezone.com. Let's see here. Yes, if you'd like to go to the Blur tailgate this Saturday.
I would.
Many would, Josh. I don't believe you are eligible, though. Sorry. I mean, you could go on your own accord, probably.
Okay. Well, I'll be in coffee, though.
But you can't win these tickets. All right. Well, then forget about it. For you. But don't forget about it for you, the listener. That is this Saturday, October the 4th in Lincoln. Stop by and you can enjoy all the great whimsy and splendor of the Blur tailgate party. We want to get you in for free. 2 tickets. Register online right now. 1620thezone.com. And of course, John and Michael will be out there hosting 1620 L pregame, which is exciting as always. Talking Nebraska, Michigan State. So what does that get us to on a 12:30 pregame start, Josh?
Yes, you're
12:30 to 2:30 on the pregame.
Correct. Zone and
1019 the kid.
That's right, Connor.
By the way, it is day 4, I believe, of Michael Severe sending me pictures of his dog in an effort for me to like dogs.
Is it working?
It is not.
You don't feel yourself becoming a dog person?
The one he sent me yesterday, I was getting worried because he didn't send it to me until 6:00 yesterday evening. Sent me a picture of Mando yesterday, and I responded. I was like, all I see when you send me pictures of this dog is the dog hair that gets all over everything.
Okay.
It is one of the primary deterrents for me with dogs. It's just like how your hands feel when you touch a dog, or like when the dogs shed. They're dogs, right?
Obligatory. You can get dogs that don't shed, Connor.
So anything that's like fleece, it's got dog hair on it. I don't want to be walking around with dog hair all over me.
Remember when fleece, like everything was fleece?
Everything was fleece. Less things are fleece now.
Like Old Navy was like, oh my gosh, we got all this fleece lying around. We got to do something with it.
There's just like a cloud. There's just kind of a heaviness about the atmosphere of a dog, and and so that's why I texted Michael. I said, all I see when I look at your dog is the dog hair that it leaves behind, and he said, the predictable, you need a doodle, no shedding. And I go, awesome. Still not going to do that, but good luck. Aaron says, get a pig. They don't shed.
Whoa.
They're also a pig.
If the man doesn't want a dog in his house, you think he's going to have a pig in his backyard?
Although my wife, there was a point in time where my wife was super obsessed with the tiny pigs.
Yep.
Those teacup pigs.
Yeah.
And I think we didn't look into it, but I definitely researched okay, how long, what does the care process look like on these things? They don't live very long because there's something genetically wrong with them. They're tiny little pigs. And, so it'd be really sad when it died, but it wouldn't live that long. Right. And then by the time you're done by the time the pig dies, you're probably like, all right, I don't need to get another pig.
Yeah. Like when
you had that pig phase in your life. And
I don't think anyone's flipping teacup pigs like Kirk Herbstreit's dogs.
Stibbs writes in, quote,
Hi, Stibbs.
Sure, get it. It'll die in a year. That's kind of my thought process. It's like, whatever, You'll see. You'll see. I know you don't want your stuff to have crap all over it, but you're also going to be literally living with a pig for a period of time. You'll see. You'll see. All right, Matt Rhule. Yesterday, talking, but not a whole lot. Josh, I think the runtime was just a hair, a dog hair over 20 minutes yesterday.
Nice job,
which is wildly low for a Monday press conference.
Oh yeah,
wildly low for a Monday press conference. Mitch made this point this morning on our podcast, and he's right. So since Nebraska has played Michigan, he did the post-game Michigan press conference. He did the Monday bye week press conference. He's done all the different podcasts and the variety of different things that he goes on in between.
New episode of House Rules available now.
And then he did yesterday's press conference, all without having Nebraska have ever, Nebraska has not played a game in any of that period of time. So
McAfee.
We're probably running out of things to say that are actually important.
We need a game.
We need a game, as they would say. But that doesn't stop Matt Rhule from commenting on other things usually. But other things were brought up, and he didn't really go there.
No,
yesterday
he seemed very.
Yeah, it was just like let's do it.
As distant as Matt Rhule can seem.
I wouldn't say distant.
Yeah, I didn't feel like the right word.
Just you know, maybe you'll hear it a little bit in this clip. So let's play this first one. Matt Rhule on this is, you know, I think the question was something along the lines of like, how have you seen the players sort of respond after the bye week and whatever it might be. And here was Rhule's response to that yesterday.
Who cares about your feelings? You know, I was frustrated. They're frustrated. Play better. You know, that's the message. Just play better, practice better. You know, I mean, it's just no one's coming to rescue you. You know, there's a lot of really good teams out there that are frustrated after a loss. You know, I watched a lot of really good football teams on Saturday, and teams that were behind came back and won. Teams that were ahead lost. Teams lost on 2-point conversions. Teams lost on a field goal. I mean, it's just the new age of football. There's a lot more parity. You know, you lose the game, correct it, move on. So we've tried to correct it. We've tried to move on. You know, I think good teams never let a game beat them twice. So that can sometimes be hard to do. But you know, there's no time to wallow in self-pity.
Okay, so I got to be honest here. Maybe I'm overthinking this. I'll say that on the front end, but my antenna sort of went up when he said that yesterday. I'm like, why is he saying this? You know? Because we always say that Rhule is trying to send a message to his team and he's trying to set the tone for the week and all of these things. Like, if Nebraska is not over the Michigan game by now, we got problems.
Okay, my mind went there very briefly yesterday when he was saying that. I was like, okay,
what's going on here?
Was it just that you had extra time to think about it because of the week off, or like what are we doing?
Like, if that's still the message that needs to get across here on the Monday, we're talking about 12 days later. Not 12, 10, I guess, days later. Then I don't know. That at least raises my antennas a little bit. I'm like, really? That's where we're going with this. No, but he's right. The functionality of it is true. Like, nobody
absolutely
cares. Nobody cares that they lost. And the truth of it is, in order to, you know, win some positive perception back from everybody else, you just don't get very many opportunities to do it. And you only have 3 or 4 games this year on your schedule where you have an opportunity to change people's minds on you a little bit. And I think he's really big on changing people's minds about stuff.
Oh, yeah.
For the record, I think too much. I think he cares about what's being said too much. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever actually articulated that on the show before. We've said that he cares about what people are saying and he understands the narratives almost like a positive way. You know, he knows what's being said about his program and he listens to the stuff and he reads the stuff and everything like that. Like, I think that I don't know if it affects the way that they do business, but it definitely, it's crazy to me how much they seem to care about what people think about them and the narratives that are out there.
Go play. Everything else will fall into place.
I think this is like a meta version of that where he knows that he knows that we know that he listens to the stuff and he knows what people are, you know, saying about them and all those things. So this is more like hey, let's just play some football here. I'm done talking. Let's just play some football, which is a good thing overall.
Maybe they feel like they need a game too.
Probably. It's very possible that we're just overthinking this entire thing and nobody actually thinks about stuff like this. And it was an innocuous comment. It's very possible, Josh.
I would say put a pin in it, and on Monday, if we need to come back to it, it's there.
Yeah. Maybe. John emails in on the Equitable Bank inbox.
Hi, John.
Play better is the subject line. No kidding, Rhule. We've been saying play better, but also coach better for a long time. In other words, suck less.
My Cubbies said try not to suck. And it worked.
Chance says he's having a hard time beating the bozo allegations during the bye week.
Oh, no.
Did he win bozo of the week?
Is that today? What day does that come out?
Well, I don't know. I randomly got bozo of the week a couple times, I think.
Whoa.
I don't know who.
Whoa. This is a real thing?
Well, people just say stuff on social media and they're like, I got bozo of the week. I think it was like a Jays person and they called me a bozo.
Can I win
reason. Of course you can, Josh. Say something stupid.
Who comes is fat?
I don't know. That might not get you there.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go harder in the paint. Is that what you're saying?
He's my bozo of the week.
My bozo of the week. Honk honk.
Somebody said this before. Did you know that Gus is doing the Michigan game this weekend? Or I believe, yeah. Gus is doing his first game with the East Side Undertaker.
Okay.
Is this true?
Ladies and gentlemen, if that is true.
Yeah, he has Wisconsin and Michigan this week.
And if the Tigers are doing, if they get out of this wild card round, Gus is going to be feeling it. He's going to be in his bag Saturday.
You just really never know how Gus is going to be during these games.
That's true. You never know where he wants to be and where he doesn't want to be. I guess that's true.
Yeah.
He seems to like the shoe.
He will be doing Michigan and Wisconsin.
Okay. From the Big House or Camp Randall?
From the Big House.
Okay.
Which is a place I think he'd probably prefer to be.
Mm-hmm.
He probably seems like the kind of guy who said, like, I can't stand Wisconsin before. I don't know. Something like that. Anyway, Matt Rhule, he knows. He knows we know. He knows we know, and he knows that we know. He knows we know.
But they don't know we know they know.
No, he knows. He knows, Josh.
He knows we're saying things?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think he just gets it all on like a sheet each morning? Like, hey, here's everything they said about you. I summed it up. I listened to all the shows, all the podcasts.
So when people said that this was always the catch and the caveat with the I'm on the podcast and the radio and the whatever all the time, and I'm always saying stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't win, it's going to hit a little bit differently.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. Because then you got an immediate thing to pull on right there. You got an immediate thing. It's like, this guy,
he's distracted.
He's talking about other things. He's talking about stuff that doesn't matter. Whatever.
What do
the point that you made is the best one, which is they need to play a football game.
What do they always say? What's the first thing they always say whenever the Chiefs lose 2 games in a row? Boy, I don't know
Taylor
if
Swift?
Patrick Mahomes is in too many commercials. But I don't know. Andy Reid seems like he's in a lot of commercials. Travis Kelce seems like maybe he's spread too thin with all of his commitments. Like, it's the first thing we idiots in the media always talk about.
Yeah, and the truth is these are adults and they can balance all these things. But it's the way it looks. And Matt Rhule cares a lot about perception. And he knows that, and I think this is part of the message that he's trying to get across to his team. Like, he knows that they had a chance to alter perception. I mean, he's been huge on this since the day he got here. Alter perception, right? We don't want to be an embarrassment. We want to get the respect of Nebraska football back, like all that stuff. He's said those lines in his career at Nebraska, and he had a chance. They had a chance against Michigan to alter the perception a little bit, and they didn't do it. And so now he knows that whatever they do in the next 4 games, he's going to be fighting an uphill battle.
Yep.
They can win them all, and Nebraska's going to, maybe they will, and they end up 7-1 at the end of the stretch or whatever. And Nebraska's ranked, but until they beat somebody who is perceived to be at a better place than them in college football, they don't get to change their perception.
Yeah.
And Rhule doesn't like that, I don't think. Rhule doesn't like that. That's the narrative about Nebraska, but he also can't do anything about it right now.
I guess if that's why heads were hanging Saturday, I'm more okay with it. But you do need to flush it.
Yeah. Because they got a live opponent coming in this Saturday. That's a real life team, Josh.
Yeah. Sparty wants to win that game too.
Andrew says, I don't know what's so hard. I turned around Nebraska in 3 years on College Football 26. Just put my head down and went to work.
Yeah.
That's probably because you weren't going on any podcasts.
Now that'd be funny.
With Anthony Gargano.
Yeah. Are you on McAfee each and every week, Andrew? If you are, I'd love to watch.
If you had to be on McAfee's show every week, you probably would have taken longer. You know, to
Did you do a guest stint for AJ Hawk when he was dead for those couple of days? Because I would watch.
I would too. We'll get to one other thing that Matt Rhule said, but I have another quick Husker topic here for you, Josh.
Okay.
So I don't wade into these waters much, but it was hard to ignore.
Let's go.
Did you see what happened on the message boards? I guess this was yesterday. On the Husker message boards?
I did.
Okay, good. So I
got this rat.
I just learned
this gnawing, cheese-eating, bleeping rat. And it brings up questions.
That's good. So there's this dude on the message board who is mad at some burner who was posting message board stuff as like their own reporting. And then to find out for sure who was doing this, you know, which like username they were using on the message board, they put out a completely fake rumor that only this person could see. And they took the bait that the rumor was that Nebraska was about to switch to Nike or something like that. And this
officials from Nike have been walking around the Nebraska facilities this week.
It was a completely fabricated BS rumor that was only seen by this guy. And they're like, okay, we got him. Let's move in, everyone. So there's that. It's, I don't know all the lore here, but
I guess it's that of the backstory.
Theo, you're gonna have to help us out. I guess it's that Wilson Dittman guy. And he was apparently, I've learned this from this. He used to be the Cornhusker Juan before people got mad at him. And then he moved on to being Wilson Dittman.
Sounds like a real Dittman.
Which, this is amazing. And I love this.
Real presidential administrations have done this exact thing.
Yeah.
Hey, we
got
leaks coming out to the media.
Yeah.
I'm going to give four people we suspect 4 different pieces of info, and whatever we find out gets leaked, that's the leaker, and then we fire that person. Also, get a bleeping life,
100%. 100%. It is amazing though that people will see this. People will see stuff that gets put on message boards, and they'll immediately start to like report it as their like. What message like for the media, why the media uses message boards is they look at what people are saying and then they ask people that would know if that stuff is real or, you know, work on it on background. That stuff doesn't just get reported from the message boards. But this guy, I guess, Wilson Dittman, he was just taking the stuff from the message boards and making little YouTube videos out of it. And he got caught red-handed.
I heard breaking Nebraska will be widening the gates to Memorial Stadium to allow Luke Combs entry to perform at a concert this offseason. That's what my sources are saying. You can go ahead and run with that.
Put that on your thing, Wilson Dittman. Who is Wilson Dittman?
You dork.
So I didn't see any of this happen. I just saw the screenshot of the post from the Scrolls. Pretty funny.
I've never said this before in my life. Good work, Scrolls.
Excellent job by you guys. Excellent job by you guys. Keep catching them. Keep catching them.
I'm glad you decided to talk about this.
Yeah.
You could have said, no, we're above this. We are not.
I just think it's really fun to laugh at, and I will take any opportunity that I can to laugh at something. It's
hilarious.
It's truly great stuff. So excellent work by everybody out there on the message board.
I did see somebody on the board apologize. Like, hey, I'm sorry if you got excited that
that Nebraska was
You
going
thought
to
we were
Nike.
going to switch to Nike?
Well, yeah, because Wilson Dittman puts it out and he's like, hey, I just heard this from a source. And his source was just the post that he only could see on the message board. And people were like, whoa, no way. This is kind of crazy. Why does only Wilson Dittman have this information?
Okay. Here's a bit we can kind of crowdsource out in real time. Chance is helping me in the chat here.
Okay.
Your bozo of the week.
Yeah.
Wilson Dittman. Coming to you from his mama's basement.
Yeah. We could definitely do Bozo of the Week on this show.
I might get in the lab this afternoon and crank that out for y'all tomorrow.
Enough time has passed. Josh needs to make another Gus Johnson video.
I do. I like doing the voice.
And
I see why you do it.
And we have the sword. We have the sword thing forever.
Thank you, Ian. I have the bed music now.
Fantastic. All right. We'll be back. Allan Bell will join us next. Talk some NFL from this past weekend, and I just saw the lower third, Josh. It's great.
I got this rat. You see, this gnawing.
It's not a bad Jack Nicholson.
I don't even know if I'm trying to do Jack Nicholson. I'm just trying to do the.
That's his line.
A lot of energy.
That's his line.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Watch The Departed, everybody.
Oh, what a movie! Back after this on 1620 The Zone.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Allan Bell, the AB3 on the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
All right, welcome back. More of the Connor Happer Show here on 1620 The Zone and on 1620thezone.com. Hockey is making its way to the Durham. Hockey faster than ever. The exhibit runs from this Saturday all the way up until January 11th. Plenty of hands-on things for the kids to do. Josh is listening very, very closely because he understands that he is about to visit hockey coming up in the next couple months at the very least.
Couple times.
We have your opportunity to get in to win one-day family passes to the Durham to see hockey faster than ever. And we'll be giving those throughout the week. If you want more information on hockey, you can find it on 1620thezone.com. Kenneth writes in on YouTube.
Hi, Kenneth.
Hockey is also making its way to Baxter Arena starting Friday. Roll Mavs, go hockey.
That's right. Exhibition against our nation's Air Force.
The Air Force.
That's right.
They've been training at altitude, Josh.
Oh, that's true.
How can Nebraska or UNO or Omaha compete?
Well,
how could they compete?
In their,
Bud Crawford goes out there to,
that's right,
run in the mountains.
But they don't use their legs ever because they're in the plains. Getting on the ice, it's gonna, whoa, I got to use my legs. Whoa.
They don't use their legs.
Yeah, they're sitting in a plane all day. Air Force.
Now
Air.
I get it. Now I get it, Josh.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
They're guarding cyberspace. They're not out patrolling these streets.
Exciting. So there you go. The Omaha hockey experience begins. Hockey coming up very, very soon. All right. So no Allan Bell. So we'll continue on, Josh. Have you heard about baseball?
I have heard about baseball, yes.
Have you
Good
heard
question
about
by
baseball? All right. So the baseball playoffs start with Tarek Skubal pitching today against the Cleveland Guardians. Although I suppose he will not throw the first pitch of the playoffs. It'll be Gavin Williams because people forget the Guardians won the American League Central, which is still amazing to me. So Tigers Guards at noon, Padres Cubs at 2, Sox Yanks at 5, and Reds Dodgers at 7. I got a couple stats for you, Josh.
Okay, lay them on.
All right, so we've had 3 complete years now of the new playoff format, the extra wild card, no wild card game, wild card series, that entire thing, six teams.
Never forget what they took from us.
Never forget what they took from us. We had great wild card games. Wild card games I was against in the first place, but then we did it, and I actually enjoyed it. Obviously, this was impacted by me enjoying the greatest baseball game that has ever been played, which is the 2014 American League wild card game, of course, but I digress. We have 3 years of it's not a good enough sample size for the record. It's not.
Still ebbing, still flowing.
Yes, it's baseball. So we need a much longer sample size than this in order to adequately, try and predict what's going to happen. But in the 3 years of this existence so far, only 4 out of the 12 home teams in the wild card series have advanced to the divisional round. So 8 road teams and 4 home teams. Pretty overwhelming so far. Now, once again, that'll even out, I think, over a period of time, but it does go to show you the sort of randomness that is in it so far. And like I said, the crossover, the final wild card in the NL, the 6th seed in the NL, has made at least the NLCS in each of the past 3 years. That would be Philly, the Diamondbacks, and the Mets. Of course, the Phillies and the Diamondbacks both went to the World Series. The Mets lost to the Dodgers in the NLCS last year. And, of course, the 6th seed in the NL this year is none other than the Cincinnati Reds.
Oh.
Nobody's giving the Reds a chance in this game, but I look at this and I see, let me pull it up on FanDuel right now. I look at these series odds and I'm like, this is kind of wild. You don't get these kind of odds in baseball. I mean, they're plus 172 to win today. It's a playoff game, Josh.
They should have a chance.
I mean, just like they're plus 220 to win a 2 out of 3. You're not going to get those odds anywhere with the playoff team, right? Obviously, you wouldn't even need that big of a collapse from the Dodgers in order to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like the takeaway, if the Reds were to beat the Dodgers in 2 or 3 games this week, the takeaway would be, is the Dodgers, what the Dodgers did, the biggest collapse of all time? No, of course it's not. The answer would be they just lost 2 games, which is something that they did invariably throughout the season, many, many times. The biggest collapse was what the Tigers were doing this entire month. Now that's a collapse. That's some monumental stuff there. And it coincided with an excellent Cleveland Guardians run over that period of time. But it would be an upset on paper only because it looks that way. But it's baseball. It's best of 3. There are no upsets. There is no such thing. The Rangers won the World Series a couple of years ago. The Diamondbacks went to that same World Series.
That's true.
Right? Like, it can happen. All you need to do in order to get there is win 3 games, 3 games, and 4 games. And that's it. And all these teams have done plenty of that all year long. So I don't know, man. Like, I just look at those odds. I see plus 220 for the series. And I'm like, that's way too good. That is, for example, the other series are minus 120 and plus 102. So Detroit's minus 120, Cleveland's plus 102. They're the underdog in that series, plus 102.
That's a tight money line split.
San Diego's the underdog in the Cubs series, plus 106. Boston's the underdog in the other series, plus 150. That's just because they know a lot of people are going to bet on the Yankees. So they put them at minus 178. And they know that a lot of people are going to bet on the Dodgers, minus 270 in a best of 3. If you lose today, and by the way, it's Hunter Green. If you lose today, your season is on the ropes immediately. Like, I just don't know how this seems so far-fetched to people.
Well,
it just isn't.
It wouldn't be this huge talking point if the Dodgers lost a short series like that to the Reds. It would be surprising. I mean, Dodgers are top 5 in every batting stat that you can come up with as a team, but
would it be surprising for them to lose 2 out of 3 games?
No, absolutely not.
They don't even have to lose 3 in a row.
No.
They just have to lose 2 in 3.
I mean, Hunter Green throws 124 miles an hour or something like that.
Yeah, he pitched at Werner Park.
He did pitch at Werner Park this year.
I think a couple times. Right?
Yeah, and you got
I'm just saying,
big
man,
brain Tito in the dugout.
I can feel myself morphing into Mike Farron every single day.
Look at you.
You know, just unfortunately, this is what the baseball playoffs have turned into. Unfortunately, this is what the baseball playoffs have turned into. It's just way more random now. And the only point of, and I think baseball people would tell you that it's good for the sport that there are more teams who feel as if they have the ability to make the playoffs. Therefore, there are more teams who, quote unquote, go for it year in and year out. That's probably a healthy thing for the sport. I just don't know if it's a healthy thing for the sport to be like, well, all you really have to do is get there, because it hurts. And yeah, I'm a front runner. I like when my brands are in there and all that stuff. It hurts the best teams in the game. If you've won 100 games, we didn't have a 100-game winner in baseball this year.
We did not.
If you win 100 games, if you're the best team in baseball all year, say you're Milwaukee, or Detroit for the first half of the season. if you're those teams, you're thinking, man, we're the 1 seed. Obviously Detroit's not, but we were the best team in baseball the entire year, and still, if we lose today, our season is immediately on the ropes. It's what Kansas City did to Baltimore last year. I mean, Baltimore was one of the best teams in baseball. They ended up as the 4 because they didn't win their division, and they lost a 1-0 game to Kansas City in the Wildcard series, and bang, their season was on the ropes immediately. And then they lost the second game, and it was over. And now they suck. right?
That's
life
true.
comes at you fast.
It does.
Life comes at you fast.
There has to be a middle ground between the current system of random champion generator and okay, well you can just buy a title.
I don't need the best team to win every year.
I don't either.
I don't need that to happen, but you're right, Josh. Like there's got to be
I don't know what the answer is.
Well, the answer is to make the regular season mean more. We have devalued the regular season in a sport that is so statistically inclined and so statistically based. We've taken a gigantic sample size sport and turned it into a tiny, tiny, tiny sample size sport. Not that it wasn't already small, but there were certain advantages that were built in for the best teams before. And it just turns out that the teams who get buys in the wild card round, those teams don't really have a distinct advantage over the teams that, they're going to see coming out of the wild card round. They just don't. So Toronto, who's sitting at home right now, and Milwaukee, who's sitting at home right now,
chilling at the crib.
they got the Heisman chilling at their crib. They're not particularly in an advantageous position, other than they get to host game in Seattle and Philly. Other than they get to host game one, and that's it. Because these teams who are going to get done with 2 or 3 game series, they'll have a travel day, they'll have an off day anyway, and they'll still, go to wherever they're going to go for. It's just a baseball series.
Yeah.
Right.
Pretty normal week.
Exactly. So I don't know. It's odd and frustrating, but get ready for the sprint. We have been absolutely bombarded by the bots today, Josh. I think they found out that we were talking about wild cards.
People love talking about baseball, and when anyone is talking about baseball on the internet, people flock to it.
People love talking about baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I've always heard this. All right, so good luck. May the odds be ever in your favor. If you're picking, would you like to choose, Josh? Do you have any?
What am I choosing?
Would you like to choose who you think is going to win the World Series?
The World Series.
Or be in the World Series? And then win it?
As
we're just 15 minutes away from Sean McDonough and Todd Frazier.
I believe, Stibbs, guard your ears, the Seattle Mariners will defeat the Philadelphia Phillies in the World Series.
Cool. That sounds fun. I would watch that World Series.
I would. And watch Bryce Harper cry and cry and cry after an 0-for-4 performance where he hit the ball really hard 2 or 3 of those 4 times.
What if the Yankees make it again? What if we finally get our Yankees Cubs situation?
Oh God, I hadn't thought of that.
We got our Yankees Dodgers last year. Now we need our Yankees Cubs. My Cubbies.
I guess there'd be a lot of happy people around here.
There would be. There's a lot of Yankees fans.
A lot of Cubs fans.
A lot of Cubs fans who'd show up for the World Series. All right, let's take a break. Josh has the odd news when we return on 1620 The Zone. Hey, it's Happer here for Underdog Fantasy, ladies and gentlemen. As we were just talking about, the baseball playoffs are just about to get underway. Underdog can be a place for you there. You can take a look at some of the series. How about Tarek Skubal? 7.5 strikeouts. You can either go higher or lower than that. Also, plenty of football coming up starting on Thursday. Underdog is the place to be. You can make your picks right now in the state of Nebraska, and it's easy. Pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, strikeouts, home runs, or more. Get your picks right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So those are your options. I mean, you have many more on this endless stream of tabs on the Underdog app. Check it out today. And when you download the app, sign up using promo code HAPPER1620 to score $100 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code HAPPER1620. Underdog, make picks, win money. Must be 19 plus and present in Nebraska. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
And now we've reached the point in the show where Josh Oddson reads the peculiar, the bizarre, the comical, the odd news with Oddson. Odd news, Oddson. See what we did there? The odd news with Oddson.
We got a text here from Norm. Norm says that Wilson Dittman is sending his boys after you, man. Oh, no.
Is this true?
I don't know. I hope not.
Is the Dittman Hive gonna
Please,
get me?
I'm just passing along the proper information.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that.
Well, that's what I was doing when I was explaining what happened on the message boards and the rats and all those things. So, I guess hopefully we can handle it.
I mean, that's a pretty sizable hive.
I don't know. I don't know what kind of hive. I don't know what kind of hive he has. All right. What do we got today on the odd news, Josh?
We have Lonzo Ball.
Lonzo Ball?
Blast from the past, isn't it?
Yeah.
He was on some podcast, it doesn't matter.
He was on a podcast.
Not entirely important to the story. He just got traded to Cleveland not too terribly long ago.
Okay.
And he's responding to a question about, hey, what'd you know about Cleveland before you got here? Turns out not much, because
Can't imagine so.
I like Cleveland, Ball said when asked how he was finding the city. I keep joking with the guys. I didn't even know Cleveland had water. So it's been nice getting out of the house. The weather's been good. I know that's not going to last too much longer. Okay, so he does know that it gets cold. But he did not know that Cleveland was
what does that mean?
Near a body of water.
Okay, all right.
He knew they had running water.
That's
and
a little
plumbing.
that's a little bit more acceptable than what I had sort of thought he said.
I will admit when I clicked on the headline last night, I thought, oh, did he not know they had indoor plumbing in Cleveland?
Yeah. I don't know. You listen to all the people who come to Nebraska, it's like I thought they were driving covered wagons around.
Exactly.
So,
it's like it's 2025. How could you possibly think that you're an idiot?
yeah. People always tell me that Cleveland is a good city. I have yet to experience Cleveland except for a brief stay in their airport.
Okay.
Well,
how's the airport?
Airport's nice. I had a nice beer.
Gosh, there'd really be no Big East opportunities for you to go to Cleveland, right?
Well,
because Xavier's in Cincinnati.
Right. Yeah. Unless you're going through Cleveland for some reason, which when I went to Pittsburgh, I went to Cleveland and drove to Pittsburgh.
That's right.
So that's why I was in Cleveland.
That trip turned out fine for you.
Yeah, it was great. It was excellent.
Got to see Jack Golke.
I did. Yes. And as many legions of fans.
Oh, yeah. Truck spill of the week. We go to California, if I'm not mistaken. San Gabriel Valley.
Okay.
Feels very California. Yeah, California Highway Patrol on this one. The major traffic delays this morning as a crash involving a big rig and other multiple vehicles reported shortly before 3 a.m. on the westbound side of the freeway. Connor, this one's near and dear to our heart. What spilled out onto the roadway. You actually just talked about it when you were discussing the Cincinnati airport.
Beer
kegs, to be specific.
Cleveland Airport, for the record.
Oh, yeah.
I have been to Cincinnati Airport, too. That's nothing to write home about.
I have been there. It's in Kentucky.
It is in Kentucky.
Beer kegs snarling traffic on the 210 in the San Gabriel Valley. One minor injury I decided that still okay to laugh at.
Yeah. Well, what's the injury?
It doesn't say.
Broke his hand or something?
Yeah. First responders were seen clearing the cans and rolling the kegs to the shoulder of the freeway before lanes could reopen. 2 right lanes expected to remain closed through the morning rush. Heavy delays already at 4:30 a.m. at the time of this article.
Wow.
So
last thing I would want to see in the road.
Oh, yeah.
Bunch of beer kegs.
Mm-hmm. Somebody tap it, right? Hey, let's clean this up. The only way we know how. Lighten the load for everyone.
I think I would just be driving down the road hoping that they would move out of the way. It's the last thing I want to see in the morning.
Sure.
Just anything that impedes me from getting to where I'm going.
Our final story, you need to come with me on the journey here for this, but I do need your help on the front end, Connor. The female trio, their singers, is it Heim or Heim? It's got to be Heim, right?
I don't know who. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know who that is.
So they're 3 very granola-y girls. You can look
Oh,
that
you
up.
know what? Okay, how do you spell it?
Haim. They're pretty popular.
I've seen them.
Yeah.
I've seen them.
Kenneth, you can't just spell it in the chat. I know how it's spelled. It's Heim, right?
She's in a movie that I saw.
Did you see Licorice Pizza?
Licorice Pizza, yes.
You saw Licorice Pizza?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What did you think of Licorice Pizza?
Oh, it was fine. It was a good coming of age comedy.
What'd you think of Bradley Cooper's role in Licorice Pizza?
I can't remember. What did he do?
I don't know. He showed up and yelled at a kid for like 5 minutes, and then he was gone.
I probably really enjoyed it.
J-Man says it rhymes with name, so Heim.
Heim.
Okay. Now that we've got that settled.
What a weird name for a band.
Reports silently leaked on TikTok over the weekend, beginning with the group's September 25th show in Dallas.
For the record, the phonetical pronunciation on Wikipedia is Heim.
Heim. Okay.
Because it is Hebrew.
Yes. Yeah, I knew that.
Yes.
And yes, baptism by fire. This is the fart story. TikTok is reporting that at the Bomb Factory, which is apparently a music venue in Dallas, Whoever was bleeping their pants at the Heim concert, please see yourself out, one person posted. The comments were full of confirmations, including, were you guys stage right? That's where we were, and it was awful. And someone else commented, stage right was so bad.
Were they able to figure it out?
However, the mystery deepens, Connor.
Okay.
I was recently at Madison Square Garden, one person added, and this happened to me at the Heim concert at Madison Square Garden.
Interesting.
Dude, this happened at the Seattle Heim show too. It was so bad. Oh man, that happened in Austin too. Sour.
Okay.
The person in front of me at the Milwaukee show was farting and it smelled like rotten eggs. Where is the class and decency? Who is farting at the Heim shows?
Who is farting at the Heim shows? That is a great question. Don't you think that at a certain point when people, kept coming forward, that it could have been a bit?
I feel like a few of them were probably just, oh, I want to be in on this.
Yeah.
People asking if McMaster is a big Heim fan.
Interesting. It's actually very interesting when you think about it.
The first time I read the article, my mind went to, could it just be Heim?
Well, that would be a common denominator.
Right. Surely, I'm sure, every musical act has people that spend their lives just touring with the band, but could it just be Heim?
So is this like a Reddit thread that you're reading off of?
I am reading an article from the music outlet consequence.net.
Consequence.net. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Can you believe this? This is there's many TikToks about it.
Many TikToks about the band Heim, who did a song with Taylor Swift.
You think this is a plant for Heim's popularity? I mean, get the internet talking about Heim a little bit. Nobody else is ever talking about Heim.
Now, that's an interesting theory. This seems like a very puzzling thing to be associated with.
Huh. But it gets people talking, right?
A star of licorice pizza in town today only.
I saw that movie, Josh.
You did?
I saw that movie. I saw it at the Dundee Theater.
Whoa. Connor.
What?
I am
Do
impressed.
I not know culture?
No, I'm impressed.
I think I saw it on Christmas Day one year.
What a great day to go to the movies.
We
not really. There's
go.
a ton of people there and it's exhausting, but
we usually go with my wife's family every year to a movie. A couple years ago was that really sad one where everyone died and it was Zac Efron.
Oh, the Iron Claw.
Yeah. Tough. Uncut Gems I went to on Christmas Day. Licorice Pizza at Christmas Day.
People who fart at the Heim show saying Uncut Gems, handshake me.
Interesting. See, I know about movies, Josh.
What movie are you going to go see this Christmas?
Great question. I don't know what movies there are.
Springsteen? Will you go see The Rock in the Smashing Machine?
It's hard to tell.
Okay.
I won't know probably until Christmas Eve.
We could probably figure
We're looking forward to it. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Connor.
That is the odd news. Just 9 minutes and 20 seconds until playoff baseball begins.
Whoa.
And there's Tarek Skubal taking a big, long walk from the bullpen. They introduced what must have been 150 people on each side. They
did the full all-star World Series.
It was the entire team and staff and everyone who was wearing Cleveland Guardian gear. They were all the way down, halfway down the left field line. It was
incredible.
A bit out of control. All right, let's take a break. Noon hour is coming up. Don't forget, we'll have NFL reaction, overreaction, the top 5 poll questions from the month of September. We'll also get Josh's bottom 5 NFL teams. And we'll hear more from Matt Rhule after this on 1620 The Zone.
He has the latest sports news, expert analysis, award-winning commentary, and a pocket full of cabbage.
Can you give us an indication why?
Just in case there's a sauerkraut emergency.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
All right, here we go. Baseball is just about underway. The long run of October. I do remember one of my thoughts on the night of the 2014 American League Wildcard game when the Royals were trailing 7-3 in the 8th inning.
Yeah, tell me more.
I thought, boy, I'm never going to get this. I'm never in my life going to get to see my favorite team play in October because it was September. It was an October quote unquote baseball game, but it was September. And that was one of the biggest disappointing factors for me that night. I just really wanted to see him play in October and see what it would look like. And, it all looks and feels a little bit different. There's a crispness to it. The sun's in a different place than it was for a day game, like all summer long. It's cool. And so a scene fit for Tarek Skubal today, who will most likely win his second consecutive American League Cy Young Award coming up in just a couple weeks, and trying to make amends for the fact that the Tigers just got done blowing a 15.5 game divisional lead to go on the road to play 3 games in the wild card series. Very, very, very sad.
I mean, he's got to be walking around going, not my fault. Not my fault.
I didn't do this.
Not my fault.
All I did was hit that guy.
This is all on you.
Speaking of the crispness of fall, Vala's season is here, ladies and gentlemen, all the way up until November 2nd, 9 to 9. New attractions this year, as always, fireworks on Friday nights at 9, and all of the fun family activities that you have come to know and love about Vala's. We have tickets on Sportsline Conduct has tickets, and there's more tickets online. We'll have some online giveaways pop up in the next couple of weeks, obviously, as well. 1620thezone.com. Vala's season and baseball playoffs. They are both here. Let's go back to Matt Rhule from yesterday.
Matt Rhule.
Matt Rhule. So I expressed this opinion to you before the show, Josh, but I think we've lost the plot in a couple of our Nebraska football related conversations.
Probably true
during this season. And I would like to try and recenter us a little bit. So we have personnel questions, and then we have like questions. We have real team questions. And they oftentimes they're related. They're one and the same. It's one problem for 2 different questions, right? But so you hear the conversation about who Nebraska's second running back is going to be. Let me be very clear here. I do not give a rip who the second running back is going to be.
But Connor, they clearly are putting too much on Emmett's shoulders and need a second running back.
And they do. That's true. That's where you get into the problem stage of the thing. The problem is that Nebraska doesn't have a second running back that they can trust right now. It is not who it's going to be. So when Matt Rhule says it yesterday, like, oh, no, we got a plan there. Well, you guys will just have to wait and see. Once again, we're missing the plot. We've missed the point. The problem is not that Nebraska, they can't figure out who their second running back is. The problem is that they can't run the ball very well with the existing running backs they do feel like they could trust, which is really just one guy, and it's Emmett Johnson. So I don't want to get sidetracked by trying to figure out who the second running back is. And I feel like that has happened a little bit. So, well, I like Mekhi Nelson. I like Mosey and, a little bit of Ives as well. It's like, I don't care. I do not care. As long as someone steps up into that position. I have generally thrown in the towel on them figuring that out at this point. I think those guys will have good careers, but I believe they made their bed before the season began on the running back situation. And you now have to live with the consequences and find a way around it. And I believe the way to find a way around it is to throw that thing around a little bit.
Season's a third over. You've played your cupcake teams.
Yeah.
And you have not identified your RB2, whether for whatever reason. You're probably not going to at this point.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
You saw a little bit of those guys in the 2 games that were easy for Nebraska, but there's this long held adage in the Big Ten Conference is that, of course, you have to run the ball and stop the run in order to get to where you're going to get to.
It's a conference of Luke Combs's.
So that's another thing I wanted to discuss today. Let's hear from Matt Rhule first from yesterday, talking about, some of the issues that face his team right now.
As I evolve and you look at the stats that matter and you look at those things, I mean, we need to score points. We need to be explosive. We just have to add in a couple other elements we've talked about. We need to run the ball with a little more consistency, and I shouldn't even say consistency, a little more explosive nature. And we just defend the pocket, we'll have a chance.
Okay, so and as he was talking about that, and I think he's right. I think they just need to get a little bit more explosive on offense.
Don't need to run it more
and running the ball. Right. That's what people think. Oh, well, you got to be able to run the ball. And so that's part of what I wanted to talk about here. Do you believe that, like, if you hold close to your heart the long-held belief of you can't have success in this league unless you run it well and unless you stop the run well, then you do not think highly of this team? Because I don't think Nebraska is going to be able. I mean, when you and people look at the bulk stats, right? Like it or not, you look at the bulk stats. Nebraska is not going to run the ball for very many yards this year. I don't believe that they're going to run it for. I mean,
there's no savior coming.
They're just like, yeah, exactly, and so you can't change, what the strengths and the weaknesses are about your team. And I'm not mad at that, by the way. It's a hard part of the sort of truth that you've been dealt for this year. And part of it was on your own doing because you weren't able to, come up with a more adequate answer during the offseason. Nebraska has 32 rush plays per game. That's 85th in the country right now. And a 43.8% success rate on those plays, which is 50th. It's not bad for how little they're running the ball, but they're running it little right now. When passing, their numbers are wonderful. 41 pass plays a game. So they're throwing at the 13th most in the country, and their success rate on those plays is 54.5%, which is tied for 7th in the country right now. There's also the defensive side of this. Stopping the run, right? You're small up front on defense. Nebraska is giving up a 48.4% success rate on defense against the run. That's 130th in the country right now. They're one of the worst teams in college football against the run at the moment. Now, that's because Michigan just ran it for 285 on them. That's going to make a significant difference, and not every team has played Michigan so far. And Michigan's not going to do that to everybody for the record, but like you get the point. It's a little bit skewed in that category. But like I said, there's this long-held belief that you have to, with no negotiations, be able to do those things in order to have success. Looks like the Tigers just got on the board first with a bloop single.
That was quick.
Yeah, how about that? Getting to Gavin Williams.
Oh, I like they put the seeds on the score bug.
Spencer Torkelson, that RBI single.
Former Mudhen.
Former Arizona State Sun Devil who hit 700 batting practice home runs at Haymarket Park a couple of years ago. That was a fun time back in March. So that belief that you have to be those things also comes along with the belief that like you have to be big and physical and strong in the middle, and your team is built from those parts of it. And I'm not saying that that's not a good idea. It certainly is. But when you have the information that we have so far this season, I don't believe it is a worthwhile endeavor to just sit here and wax poetic about how they're not able to do those things. And if they can't do those things, they'll never win. I think there are a lot of parts about Nebraska's team that are quite good as anybody else in the Big Ten. And so their job this year, their job long-term is to make sure that they're better physically in the middle and they're better at running back. Of course, that's their job long-term, but they can't do much about it right now. Their job this year is to coach around their weaknesses and accentuate their strengths. And that doesn't mean you have to bomb the ball on every single play, but I do get a little bit sick of the conversation of, well, you know, they can't run it and they can't stop the run. So what's this even here for? I just like you're giving up on a pretty good team, I think, a little bit too easily. And keep in mind, I do think there's been quite the significant overreaction to the Michigan game, a team that wants to make a lot of its hay right there in that middle of the field. I'm not saying that it's a great thing to not have, you know, but I do think it can be better, first of all, and it's not a death sentence if you don't have it. Because you look at a lot of the teams in the league and they have holes just the way that Nebraska does. Maybe not their exact holes, but they have holes just the way Nebraska does. So I don't know, man. Like I think Nebraska's path here is to, you know, obviously tighten up the things that they feel like they could tighten up. Rhule talks about this often, and I agree with him. On the defensive side, you're going to be small. They knew that coming into the season. Some of those big gashes against Michigan were just a result of being in the wrong place. Now you're stressing linebackers and safeties at a different level because you don't have defensive linemen to be able to really hold up, and you're stunting and twisting and doing all these different things. So you're asking more of them. But when he says they're correctable, he means it. Those issues are correctable on the defensive side. And I think on the offensive side, it's kind of just a week by week process on the run game of working with what they have and trying to get a little bit better at it, you know, while at the same time trying not to ask too much of Emmett Johnson.
What if I told you this? You didn't have this great segment by you, but you didn't have all the information.
Okay. Oh, is Dana Holgorsen saying stuff?
He is.
What's he got for us?
He echoes something that Rhule said in the press conference yesterday. Younger running backs are getting better. Holgo, quote, "You'll see something you haven't seen on Saturday," and quote. Are you back in on the run game, Connor?
Oh, there's no white knight. There's nobody coming to save you.
But Rhule
and
Holgo said the same thing.
No, but we just got done saying that with Rhule yesterday. He was like, nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to save the season. Every time Dana has done this, it has stirred some people up. I can't imagine Rhule likes that Dana is doing this. Because everybody, you remember when Dana said, yeah, we got a guy at practice right now. I can't remember his name, whatever his name is.
That's right.
He's going to kill it for us this week. He went out there. I think it was Quinn Clark. He played like 4 plays.
Killed it.
Yeah, you know, like it's one thing to have him in the plan. It's good that they're getting another guy involved in that running back conversation. I don't know who that could possibly be. But frankly, I don't.
Heine?
I don't even believe him. Like I believe that they have elevated another guy and redefined roles this week and all that stuff. But like, you know, Rhule said it yesterday. He goes, "Yeah, we're gonna have something at running back too." And people are like, "Well, is it gonna be different?" And you know, that question will be answered on Saturday. And then Holgorsen comes up today and he says, "Well, I think we got something a little bit different for you." I almost don't believe him. I don't know what that could be.
Trying to get Sparty to prep for something that isn't there, waste some time.
I think could be part of it. A little gamesmanship going on. What could it be? What could it possibly be? That would be this
a Latif running package.
Josh, we just shut up the Tiefys.
Just let's exhaust every option here. Let's brainstorm. No bad ideas.
But what he's talking about running back specifically, right?
Younger running backs are getting better. You'll see something you haven't seen on Saturday.
That implies that there's another younger running back that is coming into the fold now.
That's the way the quote is framed, yes.
Or is it one of the existing younger running backs who's taken some sort of a leap during this bye week? Which would qualify literally everyone, because everyone not named Emmett Johnson in that room is a child.
That's true.
So it's either Nelson or Mosey or Ives or somebody else, like Connor Booth, I guess would be your next guy.
Okay.
Parker. But I think he's still hurt. I don't see that being a real thing, or they move somebody else from a different position. But I don't know. That would just be like grasping it. The sell for that being like this godsend and this savior would not really work for me. If Daniel Holgorsen came up to my door on Tuesday and was like, "Hey, knock, knock, knock. I got this thing for you. It's going to solve all of your running game problems."
Whoa.
And his name is Connor Booth. Are you interested? Would you like to hear more information? I would shut the door on him. I would say, and then I would put up a sign outside that said no soliciting.
Whoa.
I hate when people come to my door.
Oh, well, yeah.
But it happens a lot, But I don't. This is not going to save my life. You offering new fiber optic cable is not going to,
Well, we're going to tear up your lawn anyway,
Yeah.
whether you want it or not.
Yeah,
so
well,
you might as well order it.
Have you considered?
It's for the teens.
Have you considered solar panels on your roof? They only cost $1 billion.
Yeah,
but they might save you $8 a month.
They cost $1 billion now.
Right.
In the long run. You're not an idiot, are you?
No, Daniel Holgorsen types come to my door all the time and they ask me these things. Daniel Holgorsen would, come up to me and he would say, "I got a little Connor Booth for you. It's this new cutting edge thing. And you just got to, honestly, you just got to blindly trust me. Can you blindly trust me?" I'd say, "No, I don't know you, Dana. I'm not blindly trusting you on this." So I don't know. I'm going to maintain until I hear something differently this week, until somebody is like, "Actually, yeah, this is happening." I will operate under the impression that nothing will be different.
I would,
and that it won't matter even if something is different.
I would tend to believe Rhule when he says, if we could turn one of these runs into a home run, everything would look a lot better.
He's right. He's right about that. But getting a second running back involved doesn't do anything in that category.
If we could just get Emmett to hit one of these out of the park,
right? That would help you a lot.
Everything will be
fine. His best game was the Akron game when he hit the 45-yard run.
Yeah.
Curtis writes in on Twitter.
Hi, Curtis.
Says, "I don't know why Emmett is seen as the only option. He's as mediocre as it gets. Not a home run hitter, not a power back, just okay. Mosey, Ives, Nelson, draw a name out of the hat and give them 20 carries and just see what happens." Oh, okay. So you're going the other way with this. That's interesting. You're going like, Emmett's just okay. We have to see what else we have and go there. I defer to the coaching staff on that one. I know coaches like to play who they trust and all that stuff, but I don't know. I haven't seen. It's been limited sample size, admittedly, on all those guys. Certainly haven't seen it with Ives. I don't know what. I'm not a running back expert, but I don't know what they see for him. You've seen little flashes here and there from Mosey and Nelson, but I haven't seen enough for me to be like, yeah, you absolutely have to find a way to get the ball in those guys' hands. They don't have any of those. That's the point. Like, everybody's looking for their white knight.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's looking for their savior, and they just don't exist. There's some stuff that they can accentuate a little bit better, I think, though. Chris writes in.
Hi, Chris.
Poll question: do you hate people coming to your door?
Oh, yeah, we can definitely do that.
For sure. Jeff writes in,
Hi,
quote,
Jeff.
Dutch Vanderland, I've got a plan. I just need money. Got a plan. I just need money. We're going to Tahiti. Swift writes in on the topic from earlier. When is the last time we've seen a primarily passing Nebraska team win many games?
Whoa. Some people think they're never going to win another game.
Well, what would you call a primarily passing team? It just passes more than they run? Passes more oftentimes than they run? I would say that probably happened in 17, and that was a disastrous team. That may have happened in 22, also a disastrous team. But they weren't disastrous because of that. They were disastrous because their coaches were already fired or were about to be fired, and they were kind of panicking, right? I don't know. Maybe we'll look back on this year and say that this is exactly the same scenario. I hope not. But yeah, I get the point. I get the point. People want to see what they want to see, and they want to see balance. And don't get me wrong, the best way to do this is balance. You want to have balance. You don't want to tip your hand on anything, but I also think you have to accentuate your strengths. And Nebraska's strength is their wide receivers and their quarterback.
Asian Joe writes in our YouTube chat.
Hello.
This might be something for the summer. Maybe put it in your calendar. What's your Mount Rushmore of transfer portal misses? Either ones they got and didn't live up to expectations, or the ones they lost out on or passed on.
Oh man, yeah, we have to come up with quite the list of names there. I don't even know who would come to my head first. I mean, there's been a lot of them where they've been like, how involved are they? You know what I mean? Like, how involved is involved? Took a visit, something like that. But they've done a pretty good job of hitting on the guys that they've got out of the transfer portal.
Where's Wandale fit into all this?
Well, Wandale was a transfer portal leaver, so he doesn't count.
Okay, doesn't count.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think that's what Asian Joe is asking.
They had him, and then he left
via.
These are people that
the transfer.
Okay,
portal.
didn't. Okay, I follow.
John writes in.
Hi, John.
Am I to understand that MetroNet is in your neighborhood too? Yes. You are. All right, we'll be back. NFL reaction, overreaction.
Oh, did you want to get out of your driveway? Sorry, we're digging.
Coming up next on 1620 The Zone. But first, thank you, Josh. A word from our friends at Underdog Fantasy. Like we said before, there are baseball playoff games going on right now. You can take advantage of that on Underdog, or, of course, all that the week has ahead in store for us for football, both college and the pros. So here's how it works. You can make picks, win money right now in the state of Nebraska. It's easy. Pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, or more. You get your picks right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. No shortage of options for you on Underdog. I'd encourage you to check it out today. It's fantastic and easy to use. Download the app. Sign up with promo code HAPPER1620. This is special. Score $100 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. Promo code HAPPER, HAPPER, no space, 1620. Underdog, big picks, win money. Must be 19 plus and present in Nebraska. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concern with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
AU, that is Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball Championship. It's coming to Omaha October 3rd through the 13th at Liberty First Credit Union Arena. And we have your opportunity here at 1620 The Zone to get into the games on October 12th. That would be games 9 and 10 at the AU Pro Volleyball Championship. You can head to 1620thezone.com right now to get registered to win 4 tickets. So you want to bring the family out there. Man, I'm reminded of this like all the time. There's just so many like volleyball, it's like families based around you have the volleyball game on the weekend. One of the kids is playing volleyball. Take the family out to AU Pro Volleyball on us. Sign up 1620thezone.com. All right, Josh.
All right, Connor.
We have some reactions. Maybe. Or some overreactions.
You decide.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing right now.
Okay. Shall we begin with our esteemed writing staff?
Yeah, we still have music playing randomly in the background. I got it out of there.
Sorry,
I couldn't figure out what was happening humming in my ear. That's why I keep my headphones up so loud, Josh. So I can hear little tiny things that annoy me.
What a safety net.
Yeah. All right, where are we starting?
We are starting with an old friend. Take number 1. Our dear friend, 2006 Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year, and Cincinnati Bengals head coach Zach Taylor will be thrown under the bus and be fired during this season.
Like I said, it just feels like they've been looking for an excuse to do this for a long time. They don't like him.
Probably 3rd season in a row where they've been like, should we do it? I think we're going to do it. Should we do it?
I even remember people like when they got to the Super Bowl saying like, this will just extend our time with Zach Taylor. I don't know what it is. I'm not sure exactly what the crux of the argument is, but they clearly are over him. And so now, Joe Burrow's Mr. Turf Toe until December. The Bengals aren't going anywhere this year because they can't score any points. It's going to probably end up in everybody getting pissed off at each other and people being asked for trades and things of that nature. So, yeah, he's going to get fired. But he'll be somebody's OC next year, and I'm sure do a really nice job.
Now, forgive me for not knowing this. Have they done the you need to fire all your coordinators thing yet?
They don't really do that in the NFL.
In the NFL. I guess that's true.
It's just like, but I think, this season it's gone completely downhill and we have to fire you.
I think probably.
Yeah. He's not going to make it.
Feels like a spot where you've wanted to, and you got a little bit of cover this season.
Stibbs has some context for us.
Hi, Stibbs.
Says most of it is that he's not a great coach. Oh. But how is he? Can I have some examples of not being a great coach? Because I think he's been dealt a pretty tough hand at times during his career. Yeah, he took him to that one Super Bowl. Joe Burrow. What else has Joe Burrow done in the 3 year or in the 5 years or whatever his NFL career? Been hurt the entire time.
He's never had a defense to coach.
Yeah. So I don't know. Nah, his defense was their defenses were okay. But yeah, I just don't think he's gonna make it here, sadly. Sorry, Zach.
Sorry. Come on home.
Yep. Yeah, we'll find a job for you.
Yeah. Maybe head coach. Take number 2, A.J. Brown will be traded.
Did you see the A.J. Brown? A.J. Brown has moved into the period of his life now where he is doing cryptic social media posts.
The only headline I've seen regarding this is A.J. Brown posts Bible verse after win.
Do you know what the Bible verse said?
Nope.
Okay.
I know my good book, though. You can tell me what it says.
Okay. Well, does that mean you want to guess which?
Nope.
Okay. Now you said your big book or whatever.
It's the good book.
All right. It is Mark 6:11.
Oh, that's a great one.
Mark 6:11. If you're not welcomed, not listened to, quietly withdraw Don't make a scene. Shrug your shoulders and be on your way. That's what AJ Brown put on social media.
That would, if you hadn't have posted that, I would think you were doing that. But now that you've caused a scene,
yeah. Would you like to hear some more quotes on the issue here?
I kind of would, yeah.
So AJ Brown has had it's been slow for AJ Brown this year, but keep in mind the Eagles are like the best team in the NFL.
They didn't throw a touchdown until like this week or something last week.
He's just one of those guys. So they're all trying to say the right things. Sirianni said Monday, obviously AJ is very important to this football team. I know he wants to contribute and do the thing he's capable of doing. He wants to contribute to those wins. He's had a couple games where he hasn't been able to for different reasons. I question nothing about his desire to play great football and his desire of being a good teammate, his desire to be here. This was after everyone found out about the Bible verses. Here's what Brown said last week leading into the Bucs game. Me personally, I truly believe we've got so many good players on this team, and at times you could feel like we're being conservative. I don't think it should be like that. I think it should be let your killers do their thing and play fast and play aggressive. I'm not saying we haven't been, but me personally, that's what I would like. Definitely not saying that that's what it hasn't been. I think my reaction to this is that eventually everything will just pass here and they'll continue to win games.
Winning cures a lot.
Yeah, but like clearly not for AJ Brown, I guess in this case. Or Philly could just view it as like, well, he's a cancer and we can't have this and he's got to go. I don't think they will. I just think both sides will probably sit on this. They'll both stew for a little while longer and then he'll have a couple big breakout games and he'll be AJ Brown again and everything will be fine and the Eagles will, make a deep run into the playoffs again. That'd be my guess. So I do not believe he'll be traded. I believe this is an overreaction.
Probably, yeah. I think I agree with you.
Okay, thank you.
He could come back to the Titans, though. We would welcome him.
He was awesome.
Take number 3, life comes at you fast. The Ravens are done.
I believe this is an overreaction.
Feels like it. I'm not burying them.
Everyone will wonder about Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
It's been pretty hush-hush on the Lamar injury. What's the deal there front? He's also been, he's been kind of rough in these first couple games of the year. Something went haywire on offense after Derrick Henry fumbled. I don't know what but some tripwire got tripped and all of a sudden the Ravens blew up. That's on offense.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what we knew. The Ravens were always an interesting bet because that defense had a lot of questions coming into the year and they have not answered them so far. But the bet was that the Ravens culture and the Ravens we are the Ravens, so we're just good at defense.
Mm-hmm.
That was going to shine through. That was my bet when I picked them to go to the Super Bowl.
Now look at you.
They're teetering.
Mm-hmm.
They're teetering for sure. At the same time, I do think it should be noted that the Baltimore Ravens are 1-3 with a 1-point loss to the Bills, a touchdown loss to the Lions, and yeah, the Chiefs thing was pretty ugly. But you've lost 3 games to the Bills, Lions, and the Chiefs. I don't know. It's not.
You can probably course correct on those.
Yeah. You could convince people that you're fine. You just have to sort of weather the storm here. But yeah, they're in trouble. That's for sure. Not done though.
We've talked about 3 things in this segment.
Yes.
I would love for Zach Taylor, AJ Brown, and Derrick Henry to come to Nashville.
You want them all back?
I want them all back. Take number 4. Welcome to the Dart Show.
That's a question, Jess. right.
Hey, I'm just reading what the writers wrote.
I'd like to use this as a platform for me to talk about something that I care about deeply and does not get talked about enough, I think, in the NFL. So, and we'll use Jackson Dart as the vehicle. So, Malik Neighbors is out for the year. He tore his ACL. Ouch. Not good.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants, are they cursed? I don't know. But we have obviously not seen the full menu from Jackson Dart. He was kind of just in there as an exciting kind of energy player on Sunday running around, and they had a great win against the Chargers. I'm looking forward to seeing how he develops. But there is, and this is the thing that I love, there is an unquantifiable thing with, and you just don't know how it's going to go when you're drafting quarterbacks. The way that people in that locker room or in any NFL locker room react to the right quarterback and the right guy and the right personality, it's clear as day they love him.
Yep.
Clear as day they love him. And that goes a long way. That makes up for a lot of weaknesses. That makes up for a lot of what you don't have from a processing standpoint as a rookie, or from a throws standpoint as a rookie. I will also say this. He's also replacing Russell Wilson. Bar was on the floor for how do your teammates feel about you? So he's in the right spot, and timing, the timing seems to be there. And I think they like him combined with they didn't like Russ. And all of a sudden you get these inspired performances. And I just think it makes such a difference in how your team plays. It's one of the NFL's biggest unquantifiable factors for me, especially as it pertains to drafting quarterbacks. How, and every year scouts try to get a pulse on this. How do your teammates feel about you? And there's just no way to know until you get the quarterback in the spot that they're going to take over in with the group of guys he's going to take over for. What's he like? And how does the chemistry sort of mesh, and how does it work? And for Jackson Dart in that locker room, it works. And I think that could take you a long way. It only takes you to a certain point, but it definitely gives you a huge jolt, and it could take you, it could get your career off the ground. That's for sure.
You're a big fit.
But you don't know. Like, even if it doesn't seem like a fit, it's like, you just don't know until you see it. And so we like to pontificate about what NFL quarterback does what, and how good is he in the locker room, and what does he do in the community, like, and all that stuff. Like, all that's great. You can have everything on a resume, but you just don't know how guys are going to react to you until you take over as a starting quarterback, and they love him. And I think that takes you,
team loves him, fans loved him.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw that Sunday night game where they were chanting for him to be in there, and Chris Collinsworth was like, well, I'm not saying they should switch quarterbacks, but I mean, listen to these people.
That's a pretty good Collinsworth. I will also say that if you take over for Russell Wilson, you're automatically in a good spot.
Yeah, people will instantly love you.
Yep. If you're just
like this guy, it seems real.
If you're just not Russell Wilson, yeah, people will really like you. We should get Russell Wilson to do this show for like a month, and then I'll come back and we'll see how much people like me.
Oh my gosh, what a devious strategy that would work. Absolutely.
It'd be great. It'd be great. Great for me anyway.
Last take number 5 from our writers. Thank you, writers.
Thank you.
The Seahawks are the team to beat in the NFC West.
I believe this is an overreaction. You can make the case, though. You could certainly make the if the question was, Josh, Seattle is better than San Francisco, I would say that is an appropriate reaction.
Yeah.
I believe that the Rams are the team to beat in the NFC West. Does it have enough dedicated wham? It has enough, Josh. I like the Rams. Sue me. But I do like the Seahawks. Their defense is really, really good, and they got this whole Sam Darnold thing going on.
He's that right guy, right? Just, hey, keep this thing
propped
up a little bit.
He is the perfect guy to be your quarterback when you have the best defense, the literal best defense in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just kind of keep it afloat.
Yep.
Don't screw it up.
Stibbs is accusing me of being a John Bishop suck-up.
Whoa. I mean,
that's fair.
I thought
I do love
Stafford's
John.
back was going to be an issue. Doesn't seem like it.
No, I mean the Rams are one of the best teams in the NFL.
Seems like it.
All right, that's it. Thank you, Riders. Great job.
Thank you.
By all of you today. We'll come back. We'll do our top 5 poll questions of the month of September.
Smells like a Heim show in your office, by the way, writers.
And then we will do Josh's bottom 5 NFL teams coming up in the 1 o'clock hour. We are back after this on 1620 The Zone.
Upon further review, the host point is good.
The Connor Happer Show returns in minutes on 1620 The Zone.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Remember, no matter how you listen, it's still AM radio. 1620 The Zone.
I can't believe we never got to this on the show. But we like to keep you up to date of all things Omaha, but specifically like municipalities, how construction projects are going.
Not well.
Things like that. I will admit I did see some signs of human life on the Crossroads project this morning driving in.
The pit?
Yeah, there was like they set up some trailers and there was like people. So
whoa,
that was a sign that I had not seen before. But we did not talk about this on. We oftentimes talk about how we would like a couple more stretches of interstate in this town to replace our horrible situation that we're in at the moment.
Just more everything.
So there is planning underway for a new exit off of I-80.
Oh.
It would exit at 192nd Street, southeast of Gretna. So it'd be right before the Gretna Outlet Mall exit if you're heading west.
Sure. Okay.
So, yeah. Here is Vicky Kramer, the director of the NDOT, in a press release. A new interchange between the existing Highway 370 and Highway 31 interchanges on I-80 will address gridlock, improve safety, and support economic development in the state's largest metro area. This investment increases access to Nebraska's main economic corridor, potentially attracting new growth while alleviating existing safety concerns due to congestion. There you go. We've been clamoring for this for a while. More exits when we get past the gridlock on, like Giles Street. It would have been awesome if they would have came out with an announcement of like, actually, we are going to do this 204th Street new interstate. It'll be done in like 2045, but we're actually going to do it. No, they're just going to put out a new exit at 192nd Street.
You asked, we listen.
Might be good for a couple people. Might be good.
I'm sure it'll get some use. That area is growing.
Oh, yeah, it definitely is. All right.
Not particularly what we want. But...
Top 5 poll questions from the month of September. I have no idea where we're headed, and I'm glad to not be doing this list as I've done it for each of the last 2 months. Josh has not been here around the 1st of September or the 1st of August to get to so I had to put together the list for July and August. And here we are in September, heading into October. Josh, I can't wait to hear what we have for us.
And you won't be here for October.
If we do it on Halloween, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if we do it on the Monday after Halloween, I won't be here either.
Yeah.
Whoops.
That's a busy football Friday. Maybe we move it to the 30th. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah. In this month, we learned that Connor has a disturbing fascination with tunnels.
Disturbing?
Mm-hmm. And just like the Cowboys and the Packers, we had a tie. But we...
40-40?
No, 50-50. We did them one better. Most voted on poll question of the month came recently, 6 days ago, September 24th. Thanks to Tom Fernelli for planting this idea in my head.
Thank you, Tom Fernelli.
Should Dylan Raiola dress like a dinosaur on the football field?
So this is just an honorable mention?
This is most voted on poll question of the month.
Most voted on. Okay, got it. I love this poll question. I love this poll question. It's a great poll question.
It is. 76% of the audience said yes. Dylon should dress like a dinosaur.
I agree. That was something that Tom Fernelli suggested, and I agree with him completely on that, and only that.
Most lopsided poll question came a day before that.
Okay.
September 23rd. Do you get many opportunities to boo fighter pilots?
You don't. No.
You do not. Nearly 95% of the audience said no. You do not get many opportunities to boo fighter pilots.
We don't push up toward 95 a whole lot.
No.
So that's a good number.
Broke the troll rate on that poll.
Yeah, if you talk about troops, then yeah, you're gonna slice through that troll rate.
Yeah. Generally it's about 7 to 11%.
At least.
God, come on. Take forever.
Number 5.
Well, number 5, September 12th. We weren't entirely focused on the happenings within the Husker football program that day because we were watching School of Rock.
Oh.
And we asked I think this was also coincided with our TV getting bigger.
That was maybe our best day of the month. I love that day.
It was. Would you rip beers with Joan Cusack?
Absolutely.
80% of the audience said, yeah, of course
Absolutely.
I would.
The way that Jack Black did in that movie, it looked fun.
Absolutely. We were really good that day. We were funny that day.
Well, because School of Rock was on. How could you not be inspired?
Happy. And a lot of people came to us when they found out we were, hey, they're updating School of Rock as if it were a baseball game that was on during the show or whatever, in and out of the breaks. And people started coming to us and have they started ripping beers with Joan Cusack?
Yes. great. That was a great day.
Good job by you, audience.
Number 4.
Top 5 poll questions of the month. Number 4 came from that same September 23rd show with the fighter pilots. Matt McMaster asked a very divisive question. Is the definition of freedom getting to eat beef stroganoff?
I'm sitting there with my beef stroganoff. That's what freedom's all about.
That's what freedom's all about. Connor, 50.9% of the audience said no, that is not the definition of freedom.
I'll say it's definitely a part of freedom.
You're free
I don't
do that.
I don't feel there are times in my life where I feel more free than when I'm eating beef stroganoff. Partly because beef stroganoff feels like a prison meal.
Yes. They absolutely serve that in prison with those salty chips.
But I do love beef stroganoff.
My wife
gonna
does
say no.
too. I'm kind of out on it.
You like noodles and beef?
I like noodles. I like beef.
Yeah. Too soupy for you, Josh?
It doesn't look good. It's not a visually appealing meal.
No, it doesn't. You're right. You're not wrong about that. What if I put it on a nice white plate for you? What if I got those tweezers and I twirled it all up a little bit and it came out as a hump instead of a glob? Would you like it better?
I'd be interested. Cautiously subscribe.
You can make anything present better, Josh.
That's true. You can. Thank you, Connor.
3. Combination of 3 and 5.
Number 3.
September 17th. The NCAA laid the hammer down on the Michigan Wolverines.
Yes.
And we learned that Biff Poggi would be the coach for Michigan against the University of Nebraska.
He did that and won somehow.
He did, despite his best attempts. And we asked the question, do you think Biff Poggi smells good?
That was my thought. And I believe I was proven to be right with some of his takes.
Oh, yeah. Biff Poggi looks like he smells like sauerkraut or cabbage.
No, not to me.
No,
not to me. He looks like he wears Sex Panther by Odeon to me.
Well, Connor,
he's an expensive man.
You're in the 6.7% of the audience.
I know, but I was right. He was talking about his Lambos and stuff like that. He's got a nice car.
Coffee, ice cream, and a Cuban cigar.
He's not as hardcore, Midwestern as you think he is. No. I was right.
93% of the audience disagreed with you and said, no, Biff Poggi probably doesn't smell good. Headley in the chat says, I bet he smells like a pierogi.
Oh, I do love pierogies.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, back to the September 23rd show.
Here comes 2.
Number 2.
Stibbs, you can smell like spoiled beef in a Lambo too. Hot dogs and sadness, says Alec.
That might not be true.
You can spoil beef in a Lambo. Just leave your to-go container.
Yeah, but if you had a Lambo, you wouldn't smell like spoiled beef.
Okay, I follow.
You just wouldn't.
Vanilla and wood, probably.
You would smell really good.
I believe you asked this question.
What
Good
do we
job
got?
by you. More embarrassing: the Giants started Russell Wilson for 3 games, or the Cowboys allowed Russ to throw for 450 yards.
It's definitely that one, for the record.
It was.
Yeah.
91.7% of the audience said the Cowboys allowing Russell Wilson to throw for 450 yards.
Yeah, it's still pretty embarrassing that the Giants allowed him to start for 3 games, but way more so that he threw for 450 on them. Way more.
Completely agree. Number 1, our best poll question of the month of September. A lot of options.
Make it so, number 1.
Number 1.
Sometimes people just win all the awards. Like, hey, that was absolutely the best movie of the year. No, it won 12 Oscars. Which is why our number 1 poll question of the month is, should Dylan Raiola dress like a dinosaur on the football field?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
We knew that was going to be the winner when it came.
Yeah. we recapped the polls that day, and I remember this. You said that might be one of my favorite poll questions ever, and I went, "Whoa!" Like in my head, I went, "Whoa!"
It actually, there's something about this too. It actually looks funnier than it sounds, because like it sounds like something that we would say on a regular basis. But I don't know. Like it got me so good that day because I'd never imagined that sentence in writing before. It said, "Should Dylan Raiola dress like a dinosaur?" And I thought that is an awesome set.
And it came from Tom Fornelli, not our stupid, silly sensibilities.
I think we foul ball just broke the camera behind home plate.
Oh,
Classic.
no! We're gonna see that 49 times today.
Yep, classic. I wonder whose camera that was. I just saw the glass shatter. But yeah, I think we handled, out of all the Tom Fornelli related content last week, I think we handled it the best. We got that out of it.
We used the best thing Tom Fornelli gave this Nebraska audience.
Yep, indeed.
Absolutely.
Josh, thanks.
Thank you, Connor.
Can't wait to get your bottom 5 teams of the NFL. That's still coming up in just a few minutes. We'll be back after this on 1620 The Zone.
Dallas Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard has something fun for all ages. Visit the foam ball play area called the Egg Scramble and play in the Prairie Hill town. Have a slice of country fun and pie fresh from the oven, along with our kettle corn, giant turkey legs, cones of warm mini chocolate chip cookies, and fried chicken. Dallas has over 50 attractions, live shows, and 8 rides included with admission. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, September 5th through November 2nd near Gretna, Nebraska.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4.
All right, all these shards of glass have been cleaned up behind home plate in Cleveland. Bottom of the 4th, Detroit with a 1-0 lead. They were also showing some stadium views of the crowd, like full stadium views. Stadium's got to be about 70% full. It's a 3:00 Eastern first pitch in the middle of a week for a game that you didn't think that you were previously going to host. So I guess that makes sense, but that is the downside. Not much of a playoff vibe right now. It doesn't feel like in Cleveland.
That is a harder atmosphere to kind of create for yourself when it's a middle of the day.
I think the biggest thing is if you would have asked any Guardians fan 2 weeks ago what they thought they'd be doing today, it wasn't this.
That's true.
It wasn't probably watching their team at home or on the road for the wild card series, but
Cancun.
But Cancun on 3. I don't know, thinking about the Browns, something like that.
Oh yeah,
thinking about the Cavs.
Probably the Cavs, right?
I recently learned that Lonzo Ball played for the Cavs. By recently, I mean 1 hour ago.
Something to look forward to.
Dana Holgorsen today.
Holgo.
Let's talk about this for a couple minutes, because the more I see it, the more I see the quote, the more it triggers me. Talking about the running backs, and it's got to see those running backs getting better every day. But then he adds, quote, "I think you'll see something you've never seen on Saturday." What is he talking about? Doesn't he know that all he's doing is triggering me?
People are going to come back to that and be like, what was the thing?
What was the thing that I've never seen? Or maybe Nebraska just wins and we don't have to talk about, who the second is. It's clear who the second running back is, or it's clear who the third running back is at this point. I think you'll see something that you've never seen. I better.
Oh no.
Now I have an expectation. What could that possibly be? What have I never seen?
I've seen a lot of ball.
Is it Heine at running back, like somebody suggested earlier?
Just a battering ram at all times.
I would like to do some. Like I've said before, I'm a situational Heine. I'd like to run some Heine cat. I'd like to get that thing rolling a little bit. But at running back, I don't know. I don't know what they could possibly do that would save this situation. I also don't care, right? Like, put this in the category of I do not care.
That's a different show.
Because I don't think that the running back situation is going to drastically improve with anything that you do. I don't. So I think at the same time, I think there has been an overreaction a little bit to this, severity of the problems. But Nebraska made its bet on this one before the season started. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that something I've never seen is before on Saturday, because it better be. Otherwise, I'm just going to be triggered. I'll be triggered on Big Red Overreaction. You boys got Big Red Overreaction on Saturday.
Okay, so
what was that thing that we've never seen, Dana? And I'm a Dana guy. I'm Team Dana.
You have a Dana shirt.
I have a Dana shirt.
Do you have a Dana shirt?
Many people should get the Dana shirt.
It's a good shirt.
But it's like I'm a Dana supporter. I'm glad that Dana is here. I just don't know why. He had to say that. He also said that it was the exact same conversation at tackle. After struggling against an elite pass rush against Michigan, he said the tackles all practiced well, while the staff threw about every pass rush look possible at them. So they practiced well.
Love hearing that they had a good practice.
Okay, now this is one where I could be like, the tackle thing doesn't trigger me as much as it triggers everybody else. The running back thing triggers me more. The tackle thing doesn't trigger me nearly as much. Why? Because of what he just said. I do believe that history will show this year, throughout the remainder of the year, with the information that we're able to gather about this team, that what Nebraska saw against Michigan was just a bad matchup for them. I don't think that their tackles are like world beaters. I think Nebraska's offensive line is fine. But there has been, in my mind, a significant overreaction to Nebraska's tackles performance on Saturday. They were bad. There's no doubt about it. But does that mean they're just they just are bad? They're just canceled? No. I think they'll be able to get along just fine in most of these other games that don't have elite edge rushers coming off of the edge who are pinning their ears back knowing that Nebraska can't and won't run the football. Right? They're just going and they're just getting upfield.
I think you're probably right about that.
I think they'll be okay. I think they'll be okay there. And I definitely don't think it's a situation where it's like you have to pull the plug right now and bring in Pritchett immediately. And he will be here to fix all your problems. I don't think that's the case either. So yes, the bottom line is you need a game. That's for sure. Jake writes in.
Hi, Jake.
Thank you, Jake. We're obviously going to play both Raiola and Latif at the same time and use two quarterbacks every play for the whole game. Watch out, Sparty. Yeah, there's some gamesmanship going on here as well. With the whole, what are we going to... I wonder if you're going to see something that you've literally never seen before at running back.
I was told I will.
Michigan State is probably thinking, nice try. Nice try. John texts in.
Hi, John.
On the you haven't seen anything before, or you're going to see something you've never seen before comment. John says, you haven't seen Rhule be a competent in-game coach.
No!
Maybe it's that. Okay. Should we talk about this for a couple minutes? What's the problem now?
A lot of people feel he's got some timeout situations.
What's his timeout situation?
Every time he calls a timeout, people are like, oh my gosh, what an idiot.
Why?
I don't entirely know. I've sort of lost the plot.
Do we need to bring back Situation Alert?
It was a good bit.
Do you remember Situation Alert?
I do.
We probably need to bring back Situation Alert to evaluate these individually. Don't give I know this is the thing that people love complaining about. And I think it has also become a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like people just say it over and over again. Well, you got kind of not a very good in-game coach here. I lack the appropriate evidence from my standpoint to make a decision. I wish he was more consistent. I wish he was more consistent in, the decision-making, like whether to go for it on fourth down, how aggressive to be in and out of halves and stuff like that. Like I wish there was a consistent theme, right?
Yeah.
Like Dan Campbell. Everybody hates Dan Campbell or you love Dan Campbell as far as the management is concerned. But why I really enjoyed Dan Campbell is because you know what Dan Campbell is going to do.
I do.
Therefore,
know what he's going to do.
The team knows what Dan Campbell is going to do.
They're going to
given
go
their situations, and that puts a different So, I wish he was more consistent, but I can't think of too many times where it's like they shouldn't have taken that timeout, or they did take that timeout, or.
Have you seen his record against good teams, Connor?
Yeah,
it's not good.
Is that
just
a management?
Like Nebraska's?
Is that a management thing?
Well, I mean, he's the head coach.
That's true. He is ultimately responsible for his team winning and losing. But we do go to the in-game. He can't manage things very adequately, and I just don't. I don't know that I have. Sue me. I don't know if I have enough information there yet. J-Man says bring Situation Alert and Topic Alert.
Ooh.
Bring them both back. Okay. Well, Topic Alert's once a year type of thing. Situation Alert, we can do that every week. We can go get some situations.
Okay.
What would you do here? Would you punt? Would you go for it? Would you take a timeout? Would you not take a timeout?
It's funny because if we did that long enough, eventually one of those situations would hit. And we'd be like, well, that's what you said when it was completely hypothetical. And now it's a real situation.
How we did it last year was we just took situations from the previous game.
Oh, okay.
And evaluated the decision that was made after we gave our opinion on the decision. Like our decision.
We sort of did that when we talked about the first drive against Michigan, the Monday after the Michigan game.
Yeah, that's a great situation alert. I still don't care that much about that.
I don't either.
There are people though that will take that to their grave. I was I was listening to people argue with Walls about this for 5 days after the game. You have to take points there. You have to take points there. You have to take points there. And I would just tell them constantly, like, look, I don't have the proof. I don't have the evidence to be able to prove you wrong. I can't win this argument because they didn't score any points on that possession. I will, if we do flash back to that real quick, I will say this. There is one dumb piece that comes from that.
Uh-oh.
Which is, if they don't go for it on their first drive, they don't get the ball where they do on the second drive.
Okay, yeah.
So the second drive, if you kick a field goal and take the 3 on the first drive, it does not become it's not a 2-drive question anymore. It's just the 1 drive. And for the record, I think that's what the most people are talking about, but they're like, I can't believe that you didn't get points on either the first or the second drive. Well, you only had a chance to get points on the second drive because of the decision that you made on the first drive. So are you telling me that it was actually a good decision now to have the opportunity to get points on the second drive? Very interesting. It's like your argument is collapsing on itself. That's all.
That's a good point.
No flashback on that one. John texts in.
Hi, John.
For a team like Nebraska to not take the points against a team like Michigan to start the game was asinine. It gets you the points and it gets you momentum. See, everybody has different opinions on momentum too. I always thought that taking a field goal after a 90-yard drive you actually lose momentum. You actually, it stifles momentum, I should say.
I don't know.
Josh does not have an opinion on this.
I don't know.
I really don't either, for the record. I just don't know how you could, really do it.
Ooh, let's do I don't have an opinion.
I don't have an opinion would be a game that I would love to play.
Okay.
Here's a text from the 757.
Hi, 757.
The game management thing comes from the Josh Peterson death cult. They claim, with very few examples, that Matt Rhule is bad at in-game coaching. It's bad. I didn't know this. I didn't know that Josh started this.
Wow. Imagine Josh Peterson starting an uprising against a Nebraska head football coach. That's never happened before.
He once made a player. Did you see Jacoby Barney shush the crowd?
Jacoby Blarney
shushed the crowd against Michigan?
No, I did not.
He scored that, I think it was his first touchdown. He
shushed his own crowd.
He shushed, yeah.
Was that aimed at Josh again?
I think maybe. He's the new librarian.
That's what we can call him.
Very interesting.
He reads all those books. The players shush him. He's the librarian.
When we return, we'll have Josh's bottom 5 teams in the NFL. Coming up next on 1620 The Zone. Quickly, the Big 12 has announced that they have issued a $50,000 fine.
Oh, wow.
And a public reprimand.
Ooh, that's the big one.
You are publicly reprimanded, but who is publicly reprimanded? That would be Colorado University. Why? I was curious, why did they get publicly reprimanded this time? What happened? Well, on Saturday night, apparently there was strong chants coming out in the BYU Colorado game, in which BYU beat Colorado 24-21 over the weekend. But there was chants that clearly were ringing out, bleep the Mormons.
Whoa.
Not good. Not good. Nice job by Colorado yet again of staying classy as always.
That's what they do.
And they now have to pay the $50,000 fine and be public reprimanded, which is really the embarrassing part. Colorado fans sitting there in their seats, they're saying, I don't care, I'll do it again. I will chant against religions.
We don't have that here in Colorado.
Nice job by CU. All right, Josh, we got your bottom 5 teams.
That's
People
right.
were praying and hoping that you would keep it a buck about your Titans.
That's what they're saying
Yes.
about me.
Yes.
TBD.
God, come on. Take forever.
Number 5.
Keenan says, Q Rhule. Not our fans. No, not our fans.
Nope.
It's another good Rhule drop that we don't have.
Ah.
But I like it. I like it.
5th worst team in the National Football League. How about the Baltimore Ravens?
Whoa.
Those Super Bowl aspirations appear to be dashed. They've allowed the most points in the league. They're top 10 in rushing. They're 3rd in scoring. Lamar has the number 1 QBR in the league.
That doesn't sound like a bottom 5 team to me, Josh.
Even a mediocre defense would give this team a good record.
Yeah, their defense is big ass.
And not in a fun way.
Yeah, no, not like Cal Raleigh. No.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
No, not at all. I am not quitting. I'm not quitting all the way. I'm softly and quietly quitting.
They're not going to get to the Super Bowl, but
why not?
I think they'll make the playoffs.
Okay.
But
therefore, they will not be a bottom 5 team.
Let's have them in here while we can.
Okay.
Keep that spot warm for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, they're coming.
Also,
are they not in there right now?
They're not in there.
Oh, they have to be. That team is useless.
Also, are the Steelers going to walk to that division title?
I don't know. Watch out for the Browns.
Something to think. Watch out for the Browns. Good segue.
Number 4.
The Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
For all their problems, Joe Flacco might not be the biggest problem. He does have the worst QBR in the league, but the Browns are 30th in rushing and 31st in scoring.
That's probably not a great combo.
I heard the rumblings over the weekend. Shador.
Oh, God.
Where's Shador?
Probably chanting bad things.
With his father.
No, his father, by the way, was.
I imagine his father would actually be against
not
this.
Not in support of the chants.
I imagine.
No, actually, you know what? He was unaware of the chants. He was unaware.
Sure, he was working hard. He was coaching.
He was unaware of the chants.
Okay. I was unaware.
3. Combination of 3 and 5.
Number 3.
Number 3, the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah.
Worst point differential in the NFC.
So I think we claimed this a couple weeks ago, but these guys are stuck. They're not coming off.
Yeah. Feels like they've reached where they're supposed to be.
A permanent bottom 5 member.
They're top 10 in rushing. Spencer Rattler has only thrown 1 pick, but he's not really marching the team down the field either.
No.
Yeah. Feels like home for the Saints. I wanted to keep him out.
I'm like mildly impressed by them, but that's just because the bar is so low.
Yeah.
So yeah, they are here deservedly so. Here comes 2.
Number 2.
Connor, you're a big football buff.
I love football, Josh. Thank you for saying that.
You remember those years where no matter what Nebraska did, each and every game, they'd have about half a dozen pre-snap procedural penalties every single game?
Triggered.
That's the 2025 New York Jets.
Yeah.
It is. Can't seem to.
What was it last night? 11,
right.
11 penalties for 100 and something yards.
The Bengals also had more penalties than first downs last night. So that's another team.
Yucky.
But
and that caused Joe Buck and Troy Aikman to do drugs.
Do drugs in the booth. Spread that rumor. Credit us. Jets do have the third best rushing attack in the league, but they have the worst turnover margin in the league as well. -7, including 6 fumbles.
Well, it makes sense why they run it so well. I mean, their quarterback that's basically all he's good for.
That was the one highlight they had last night.
Yeah.
Justin Fields running it.
Yeah. I didn't really think. Yeah, I don't think anybody thought going into the year that this team would really do anything.
But they're still probably worse than you thought.
Yeah, probably. Probably. This is another one that just belongs here.
Yeah, it feels
they're
like
going to stick
week in, week out. Well, who's the worst team in the league then? Who could it possibly be? Will I keep it a buck?
It's a great question.
Make it so, number one.
Number 1.
Bum, 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 bum. Or will I zag and get you to talk about the bottom 5? I can't believe that self-centered jerk didn't put his own team at number 1.
He put Nebraska. He put Nebraska basketball in there just to wrangle the people up.
It is time for me to start hating on those whiteys. Creighton's got a bunch of honkies too.
Okay, all right.
The Tennessee Titans are the worst team in the National Football League.
He did it.
I believe there is a new leader in the clubhouse for first coach to be fired this year, and his name is Brian Callahan.
Yeah.
The Titans have lost 10 straight dating back to last year. The beat writers are not sure if he will be at the press conferences. Like, well, if he shows up, I guess he'll coach the team on Sunday.
Do we have updated first coach fired odds?
Ooh.
Let's see.
We got to go to Bovada for that, or one of the offshores?
Bobati. Yeah, this is like fake, but it gives you an idea.
Okay.
So week 4... We're going into week 5, right? We just finished up week 4.
Correct.
All right. So these were as of before the weekend, I think.
Okay.
Brian Callahan, leader.
Okay. Titans have the worst point differential in the league.
Kellen Moore's not getting fired yet.
No.
They'll at least wait till after the season on that. Mike McD, rapidly, obviously climbing. Dayball's not going anywhere for now.
They like Jackson Dart. Yeah, it's sort of saved him for a while.
I think Zach Taylor is pretty high. Zach Taylor's got to be pretty close.
Climbing or falling, however you view it, right?
What do you do with Aaron Glenn? Like, you can't do that yet. You're not gonna do anything there.
He just got there. No, yeah.
What do you do? Here's one. What do you do with D'Amico Ryans? Like, if they keep stinking, Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Is he on the block?
Do you kind of try and, hey, can we spark this offense by getting rid of the incredibly defensive-minded head coach?
Yeah, like everybody loves the guy, but only for his defense.
Yeah.
Oh, I would boil it down to Brian C, not Billy C. Brian C.
That's right.
Billy C's son. And Mike McD obviously still has to be in the conversation. And then I think Zach Taylor's right there.
I like those numbers.
Poor Zach Taylor.
Titans have scored the fewest points in the league, 51. They got shut out this past weekend. And everybody tells me, oh, but Josh, you got a quarterback. You got your quarterback of the future.
Yeah.
You should feel good. Yeah. You got a quarterback. Is that true?
Oh, are you turning into John Bishop?
He has the worst completion percentage in the league.
What about when he throws it across his body and down the field?
Now, he probably has the highest completion percentage of quarterbacks who do that. 2 whole touchdown passes. He's been sacked more times than any other quarterback in the league. Connor, the Titans play the Saints in week 16.
Ooh. Do you think they won't have any wins leading into that?
I don't know, but it feels like that is a very meaningful football game for both of those teams.
Let's check on the Titans' sketch here.
What do you think the over-under would be for a Saints-Titans Week 16 game where both teams are trying to lose?
The total?
Yeah.
I don't know, like 30. All right, so Tennessee goes to Arizona, Vegas, then New England at Indy, and then the Charger before the bye. They don't get their bye until November. So Brian C isn't going anywhere until November. He's got at least another month left.
Mike with a good point in the YouTube chat.
Hi, Mike.
Cam Ward not being coached well. Titans will ruin him. I feel like that might expedite the Callahan firing. Like, hey, you're breaking this guy beyond repair. We need you to get out of here.
What's his deal with the with the ownership and the GM? Like, wasn't that all revamped? And they're also they're opening up their new stadium next year too, right?
Yes.
So they will have a new coach before next year. It's
Yes.
just when.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does it happen now or does it happen after the season?
When do you really want to get that jolt?
After the bye week or during the bye week is a perfect time.
It is.
Perfect time. Josh, thank you.
Thank you, Connor.
Your bottom five is greatly appreciated. I look forward to the days in which we won't have much movement on it. They're getting close.
Getting closer.
Getting closer
Sadly.
and closer. 1-1, Cleveland and Detroit in the top of the sixth. Did you see how the guards got their run?
I saw a lot of people guard ball.
They played a lot of guards ball. A ball that did not leave the infield and a sliding play at the plate that he had to be, thrown by on a ball in the infield by Tarek Skubal behind the mound.
Oh.
That's classic Cleveland. They don't get the ball out of the infield, but they're still scratch across the one run that they need. 1-1 in
and one camera broken.
The sixth and one camera broken. The amount of runs scored by each team is the same amount as the camera broken. Indeed. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll get to the poll questions. We'll tell you what to watch. Back after this on 1620 The Zone.
You made me do this. This is on you, producer Josh.
The Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Make strides. Save lives. Join Making Strides Against Breast Cancer, October 19th in Lincoln. Support research and patient care. Sign up or donate today at makingstrideswalk.org/Nebraska.
Dana Holgorsen today, quote, I call what's working. I don't go into a game saying, man, we need to throw for 350 yards. Stick with the defense is giving you.
Sure.
Also on Michigan, in the Michigan game, they showed us what it needs to look like, quite frankly. We made some of the offensive guys watch kind of how they were playing on offense, just looking at what it's supposed to look like. I think that taught us something.
Hello.
I assume he's talking about their physicality. So much talk about physicality.
Gotta go and rip their head off.
Yeah, they're talking about physicality. They love being physical. All right, let's go to the polls at Happer Show on the JTech Construction Zone Twitter feed. These polls are eligible for the top polls of the month in October. Can you believe it?
Year's almost over.
We're going to embark on October tomorrow. And of course, we're celebrating today Lupus Day and the 11-year anniversary of the 2014 American League Wildcard game.
Celebrate that every day.
Did have a poll question yesterday in the crossover. Shout out to blow dryers? ? No, I would vote on that.
I'd go no. They're fine. I would not.
They don't need a
out.
shout out.
Yeah, exactly.
65% say no. If one of your life's greatest regrets is going to Zach Bryan concerts, have you lived a pretty good life? Interesting poll question, Josh.
I would say so.
66% say yes.
Congrats.
If you go to a Heim show, should you expect an odor?
It sounds like it, yeah.
92% say yes. Oof. Is the Iron Claw a Christmas movie? No, but that didn't stop me from seeing it on Christmas.
That's right.
77% say no. And finally, do you hate people coming to your door?
Absolutely.
Yes, do not come to my door. 95% say yes.
Wow.
We're trending very, very high at that moment right now. Those are the polls, Josh. What are we watching tonight?
Well, we're watching baseball.
Oh,
we got
indeed we are.
Playoff baseball, best of 3, wild card series, no days off, all the games in one city. Each series in one city. We're not doing this at a hub like COVID.
That would suck.
That did suck. Tigers Guards right now on ESPN.
Baseball.
ABC at the top of the hour for Padres and
my Cubbies.
That's right. Sox and Yanks at 5:00 on ESPN. That feels a little early, but I get it. You got to get
the West Coast game.
Yeah. Reds and Dodgers capping off the night at 8:00.
Go Reds!
Oh, whoa!
Why not? Wouldn't it be hilarious?
I always root for Freddie Freeman.
You're
and Ohtani.
I love Ohtani.
My Ohtani.
I cannot imagine a playoff without Ohtani.
WNBA semifinals, game 5 tonight. That's the last game of the series. It's a best of 5. Winner faces Phoenix in the WNBA finals. It is the 6th seed Indiana Fever on a miracle run. Everyone is injured for them. They're going
out Caitlin Clark.
That's right. Going up against the MVP of the league and the Las Vegas Aces.
What's the Bill Simmons thing that applies to this? The
could be anything.
When his theory about how when the player leaves, like they get better. Ewing theory.
Yeah. That game 5 tonight, 8:30 ESPN2.
There might be some Ewing theory stuff going on here with Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
That's for your Bill Simmons podcast tomorrow.
Hulu has the series premiere of Chad Powers, 2 episodes.
Yes, I've been waiting all year for this.
Glenn Powell wears a lot of prosthetics and plays a hotshot quarterback who nukes his Division I career, then joins a struggling Southern football team. I don't know why it just says Southern. But
really?
Yeah.
I thought in the promos he played for Oregon or something.
Maybe that's where it starts, but does not end there.
Okay.
And finally, tonight on Paramount Plus, The Naked Gun. The Legacy sequel sees Lieutenant Drebin Jr., played by Liam Neeson, following in his father's footsteps. Pamela Anderson co-stars.
Nice. When's the last time we saw Pam Anderson?
When I learned that her and Liam Neeson are dating.
Dude, what is going on with television?
Great question. Nobody knows. That's the fun.
Did you just say that? Who's Pam Anderson dating?
Liam Neeson.
They're dating.
They're dating. Or were when this movie came out. I don't know if they still are. That's weird.
Wow.
Good get, Liam Neeson.
I don't know.
Oh, who's winning in that relationship?
Oh. Whoa.
Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson. Yes, that Pamela Anderson.
How old is she?
Great question. I'm going to say 40.
Yeah, good one, Josh. She's 58.
Oh, my goodness. She looks 40.
He is 73.
Okay, he does not look 73.
I think he is weirdly, I think he is losing though. I don't know. I really threw me for a loop there, Josh. I'm not sure.
It's why I had to bring it to the audience.
And they're acting together in a television show.
In a movie that's a comedy.
Yeah.
Both notably very funny, Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson. Yeah.
All right, that's it for us today, Josh. Thanks.
It was actually a pretty good movie. Thank you, Connor.
Okay. And if you missed anything, you can find it all on our website, 1620thezone.com. Enjoy the playoff baseball today, everybody. Go Reds! Whoa! Crossovers coming up next.